Looks like we got a Wolfpack coming to the ring.
The Wolfpack themselves.
Too sweet, everybody. Whoa. Haymakers left and right. 2 sweets for you, and for all watching episode 87 of Wolfpack Wednesdays. We are happy to be back. Almost got all 4 of the boys together, but hey, we got Steve Figures and Fandom back with us. It's good to have this man back on the show. Brick is taking his hiatus because he's having baby number 3. So that's going to be coming up here in the next couple days. So he's going to take some time to be with the family. So congratulations, Brick, on baby number 3. We hope you're doing well tonight. I hope everybody out there is doing well. It's hump day. This is the best day to hang out with all of you, give you that little extra oomph to get through the week. We got a lot of cool stuff to talk about tonight. Darth Maul, 9 months from announcement to release. Pretty incredible. Maybe a little James Bond teaser. We got some, what else we got here? We got Iron Man. You know, you can never go wrong with Iron Man. And of course, something that I know DLO has been waiting for is Blade from the Deadpool versus Wolverine movie. So welcome, boys. How are you two doing tonight? I think we're going to have a great show with some good banter, and I'm looking forward to it. Steven, it's good to see you. Hope you're up and well and healthy, and welcome back.
Thank you, Gramman. Happy to be back. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for the support. Yeah, man, I've had just a lot going on, but happy to be back. It's going to be an interesting next few weeks for me too. Just a lot of personal stuff happening, but happy to be here. Really excited to be chatting with you guys because it's been a while for me. And we got a lot of, I feel like, fun stuff to talk about tonight. A good variety of things. Figures are coming in. I have been a busy boy, but good to see you both.
Yeah, and you know, for kind of being the Chinese Lunar New Year, I was not expecting this much to talk about this week. So definitely going to be a treat of a show tonight. So hopefully you guys are all strapped in, ready to go. DLO the Collector. We did not plan this. We're just that
I was
in
just like,
tune with each other.
hey man, who said you can start reading my mind without my permission?
Right. I'm just cold. It's just cold down here. So
It's actually cold in Florida too, actually here. But my kid, I don't know what it is. Like he loves the AC, winter, summertime. It doesn't matter. He just needs it down. So I got to put the AC to where he's comfortable, or else he's like sweating bullets. So the wife and me, we're just freezing our butts off while he's just loving life. But yeah, man, it's a good day, man. I need it today more than ever, guys. Like truthfully speaking, I had a rough 24 hours in the collecting world. My Deadpool finally arrived and it was broken. So that sucks. I had a deal go sideways. That sucks. But you know what's not going to suck? This new episode of Wolfpack Wednesday. Too sweet.
The Gronk episode.
finishing off a little bottle of Eagle Rare 10 with you fine folks tonight. And also, I have something to show you.
That's right. Also,
I didn't think there was that much in here. But there is. Okay. I got this.
Wow.
I got
it's a metal receipt.
Steve, what number were you?
762.
Okay. 22.
Put yours down, Graham.
I wish we would see though how many were made. Is it like 3,000, 5,000?
I heard it was around 2,500, right?
Oh wow. I barely made the
you're close to the I thought you were close to the end. I thought like all of them are I think all of them are going to be shipped out by what? This month or March?
So, yeah, I think originally mine said March.
It doesn't say out of like 2,000. It doesn't say out of whatever that batch is.
No, it doesn't. But, doesn't tell you the full batch number.
It's really nice though. I mean, do you display this in your case with the Batmobile? You have yours?
I have not. I have both mine in a box, but I'm going to. And I can send you the link too. There's like a little acrylic like picture frame you can get on Amazon. Pretty cheap. That's my plan. You just put it in like a little acrylic frame, and then it has a little stand with it. I am going to. I think. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. It's on my Amazon list.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. I mean, it's heavy duty. It's signed by Yost and his dad Hans, and you got that Bat logo right there too. So I'm cool with that. Like I think it's a nice touch. Like I wouldn't mind if Hot Toys would do something like that for the Artisan line. You know, like you don't have to say out of how many it is, but a number is cool.
Can't hear anything Graham's saying.
Yeah, what is with you?
Graham, did you dive in the water? Or...
The host.
You dive into the water over there? There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It seems like it happens once a show, right? It happens once a show. Anyways, I was saying, I think that's a nice touch. What do you guys think? Or is that cheesy?
Yeah, I just love when he goes into that like mode of like under the sea, like he does, we call it here. But it's just like he'll go through the entire story and then he'll come back at the right time. Like, so what did you guys think about that? No, I listen from the outside looking in. I'm happy for you boys. I'm glad you guys got your wonderful shiny new toys from Jazz Inc. Your plaques at least. Steve, you got yours, right? Yours is already home.
Yep, mine's out displayed and yeah.
So. Good for you boys. I'm just gonna be here my measly poor Hot Toys version that I absolutely love. So shout out to Hot Toys. I stay loyal.
Stay loyal. I need more cases. I need these cases to come in because I put my DeLorean in hover mode, and if I don't have the cases pretty soon, I got to put him back in the 6th series. So
wait, where are you putting those? Graham, where are you putting your new cases that you're going to end up getting? Oh, those are
going to be the garage.
Oh, yeah, those are going to be gone?
Rick is buying these.
Okay, that's right.
So we'll have...
Damn, no more monos. Damn.
No, we'll have DeLorean here. We'll have the Tumbler and the Batman stuff here. And on top, we'll probably have 89 Batman.
Got it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's kind of cool that Brick's going to buy from you because that's low-key kind of like... Brick's kind of has like the best setup in a kind of way, if you look at it there, because like he's got his 6 series. He's going to have your monos. He's got DTOS as well, too. I think he still has the garage racks, right? That you...
Yeah, I don't know those are in the basement.
Yeah. Probably figured. But still, like, if anybody needs to know what can I buy can I put my display my figures, just choose from my library of possible displays. Remember, Brick's got it made, man. Look too sweet.
He's the man with a plan. So, and he needs something to hold that venom.
Right. For sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Are you guys, either of you, getting that? I know Brick is for sure.
I want the comic one. The comic one that looks like the movie one, but it has the logo.
Same size as the movie one. But
yeah. I really want that one.
I'm not getting that one. I got out of VGM Spidey. I shifted like my whole focus on Spider-Man. I'm focusing more on like the original like Spider-Man, like the Tobey trilogy now. Like I've kind of shifted. I'm getting like some custom like Tobey Goblin stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of shifting my focus. Spider-Man figures, like I have that comic Spider-Man. I'm thinking about getting rid of it. It's just it doesn't fit, and I just want like a really narrow focus when it comes to Spider-Man for me. That's just what I feel like is going to end up working. So we'll see.
It's a wormhole, man. When you get into stuff like Iron Man's and Spider-Man's and Batman's, even like there's so many produced and they all look great in their own kind of way. But then after a while, you lose track of them and you realize, oh my gosh, I might have way too many and I need to like narrow this focus down to the specific types of them. So I've been there, bro. It's not easy. It's not easy to get out of that.
It's like, I'm trying to exactly like not so much just like huge breadth of figures. Like I want to get more focus of like what are the main characters I like from these. Like Spider-Man's so vast, Batman too. Like I'm really building out Batman a lot. Like that's gonna be Batman's really getting built out, and that's like taking kind of like precedence over a lot of stuff, like including some of this Marvel stuff and like Spider-Man stuff. So it's just kind of shifting focus, especially like it's so tough. I don't know how you guys were, but like for like when I got my cases, like I had my original cases. Well, first I was like DTOFs and I went to Moduspace, and then it took me like three Moduspace orders to get to like where I am now. And I feel like every time you get them set up, it's like, okay, something doesn't fit right, or you got to move something around, or then you're like, okay, well, this is really what it's going to end up looking like once you get more figures. And so it's just a process.
Oh, for sure.
It's going to evolve, dude. It always does.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you know, your wants change, your collecting journey is taking a windy road, and it's always evolving. So, you know, Spider-Man is its own wormhole when it, you know, you compare it to Star Wars, maybe not to that vast IP, but like it's just a rabbit hole or a wormhole.
Yeah,
and
so
you
many.
can definitely lose track, and
it's
especially if it's not your main priority, you know, you could easily still like kind of lose yourself in it. So now Brickets is kind of his main thing, so it's a little bit easier to navigate because he just wants it all. But like if you're collecting Star Wars is your primary, and then you're trying to like navigate Marvel and stuff, and then DC as well, it's tough. So it's weird too because it's ebbs and flows. Like I'll go like for the fall, like I was so into like Batman and DC, which I still am, but like it was the main thing. Now it's Star Wars, like going back to the OT and getting anything I can. And Marvel's kind of just been on the back burner, but I know like as soon as I watch Infinity War and Endgame again, you know, that can just rekindle it just like that. So it's super crazy.
Yep.
All right. Let me grab my voice here and let's see who's joining us tonight. All right. We have Giovan with the first comment of the night. Hello, collectors. Scored me a deluxe Jack Sparrow this week. While not the artisan, it's still an absolute gem of a figure, and the hat fits better at least. I know I said it in my my review of the Jack Sparrow figure. It's a lot like the artisan Joker, the Joker in general. Like I think no matter what, and DLO said this too about the Joker, but same thing with Jack Sparrow. Like no matter which one you get, like they're all gonna look incredible. So I mean, honestly, the DX6 still looks incredible. Like paint application's not, you know, up to today's standards, but still great looking figure. We got Valkyrie Magnus, channel member. Good evening, Graham, Steve, DLO, and Brick. Let's have a fun stream tonight. Too sweet to you, my friend. Thank you for always being here. Thank you basically to all of you guys that are just here week in and week out. I really do appreciate you. Neilerific, greetings, Wolfpack. Got my range trooper notice working tonight, so I'll catch the replay. Have a great show. Thank you. Thank you for watching the replay. Tristan is here. What's up, guys? Hope everyone is good. I'd like to take this time to thank the great state of Texas and the city of Dallas for sending us Luca Magic.
Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Collector Joey, I hope you're not watching. Man, that's crazy. Crazy trade. We got Tighter FL, our fellow Floridian friend. What's up, everyone? Darth Maul looks fire. Dude, I can't wait to talk about that. I'm excited for that one. I'm not big on prequels, but you got to have a Darth Maul in the collection. So super excited for that as well. Doc Bat, hello friends. It's been a minute since we've seen you all, and I got modern suit Keaton.
Nice.
All right. Get that custom cape. Let us know. Brad Cormack, channel member. Good evening and too sweet to you. Hammer of God, thank you for being here. Christian Crosshair Cooper, hello there. Wolfpack. We got the Ben Thomas show joining us tonight. Always good to have him around. He says, hey, everyone.
Ben.
We got Brandon Mosley. The boys are back. We are back in town. One Adam 12. Hello, Wolfpack. Too sweet. I'm excited about that James Bond announcement. We're going to talk about that a little bit. I'm not the biggest James Bond fan, but I know these two guys are excited, so I might let them take the that little segment amongst themselves and kind of go back and forth. But yeah, we'll definitely be talking about that. We got Kevin saying, "What's up, guys?" Austin collects. What's up, Wolfpack? My father Django, another channel member. Thank you for the support. Good to see you. SG Collectibles. What's up? We got our number one moderator. They call me Queso Blanco. Hey, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Appreciate you being here. We got Jose Plus. Hey, Wolfpack in chat. Too sweet to you, Jose. And OG fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars. Another channel member. Too sweet. Mike Literis. Always good to have him back. So glad he changed his name to the one, to the only Mr. Mike L. Howard Potts, good to see you. Another channel member. Thank you guys so much for the support. Too sweet. Sleepy time for daddy, but I will catch the replay in the AM. Have a great show. Thank you. And of course, we got the other member of the Wolfpack, Brick Artemis. Too sweet. Not sure why I'm not a member anymore, but I'll fix that soon. Yes, become a member. Please do that. And if you're in the chat, just join the show, man. Just join the show. People saying congrats to Brick as well for the incoming baby. Collection Obsession, another channel member. Too sweet. We got Stacy. Good evening, Wolfpack and fellow collectors. Really looking forward to the show. Here you go. Brandon says, I love my Hot Toys Batmobile. Hell, I love them so much. I painted one purple. There you go.
Damn good Batmobile we got there too.
Damn good.
Damn good.
We got Field to Burn. What's up, folks? What's going on, my friend? We got Jazzy. What's up, gang? Got the wine ready. Joe P. Hello, collectors. Another week of me waiting for Jack Sparrow, Dewback, or Range Trooper to ship. Man, you guys waiting on anything? Like anything that's been out that it's kind of like any day now?
Yeah, everything Joe P just said. I'm waiting for.
You're doing the Range Trooper?
Yeah. Of course I am. I think I was the most excited person on the panel when that thing was announced. Absolutely.
All right.
That just charged today, I think, for me. Yeah, today.
I didn't get charged nothing.
Cool looking figure.
You should be getting charged. You got the email, didn't you?
Out.
Yours was same day as me.
Was it the same day? I got to check my bank account. Oopsies.
I think it's today because I had to change. If you want to change whatever things you need yesterday,
I might need to move some funds.
Yeah, it's today. Yeah, Range Trooper. There's a couple other ones I'm waiting on, like Sabine, Captain Enoch came out. Waiting on those. I keep a running list of like the invoices that I'm waiting for, so I kind of keep track. But the one I'm waiting on the longest is the Dark Knight Rises Armory. Still waiting to get and that's, I know, like there's a couple people who have mentioned that they just got their shipping notification for that from Sideshow, so I'm gonna guess Underground Figures is gonna be probably, I wouldn't be surprised if like by the end of this week I get an email saying that it's gonna be arriving to Underground soon. But yeah, and then Darth Maul and Sand Trooper and Dewback. There's some stuff,
dude.
There's
Darth
some
Maul.
Stuff coming out, man.
I haven't even made a payment on that thing yet, and that's already out. So that's gonna be
payments
wild.
are overrated.
I'm waiting
Just
on,
slapping on it.
John Wick from Hawk Wars Toys. I think that's the only one that's out that I am waiting for an invoice. You boys getting John Wick?
I have him here.
You have him already?
Yeah, I haven't opened them yet though.
What the?
Yeah, I got
Did
him
you
from
get him from
Sideshow.
Underground?
Sideshow.
Oh, Sideshow. Wow.
Yeah, for the
you
rifle,
need
for
that,
the special edition rifle. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do
I
you think
have
of him?
John Wick. I haven't opened them yet.
Oh, Steven.
I can if you really want to see them. I'll open them.
I don't care. If you want.
If you do, you got to put him on Revan's body though. That's my only request.
Oh wait, put him on Revan's body. I do want to do that because I think it looks really badass.
You should try that live.
It looks really cool.
Putting
But
John
dude,
Wick's head on Revan's body.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The problem
yeah.
is, the problem is though, like once you get Revan's hood set, like you do not want to move the head.
Yeah,
because it will jack it up entirely. Like it didn't take me too much time, but like the hood is a pain in the ass. It's really,
dude, I'm doing this artisan thing right now, and I've been styling this guy's hair for like 3 days just to get it right. And I'm dreading the day I'm tired of looking his eyes in the direction. I want to go in there and change it and have to fix this crap.
Yeah, I'd rather buy another Revan and just pop the helmet off and put the Keanu head sculpt on there.
It's a work in progress right now, but like this, I've been messing with his hair because I just cannot, for the life of me. So nice. I'm trying to get him to look balder,
right?
Because he's just,
it's too thick.
He just has too much of a pretty boy look for Heath Ledger, and Heath Ledger, bless his heart. I mean, he wish he had this amount of hair.
Looks good.
But this is what I've been doing so far with it. I mean, especially this side. Like I'm trying to get some more. Figure. Yeah, it's getting there.
Hey, can I show you Revan real quick too?
Yeah.
Here, he's on the stand because I have him in like a walking pose. But so look at the hood. Oh shoot. So like this hood will move like very, very easily. The key for this, like if you're posing or you're messing with the hood, is you got to like grab on both sides of it. And then just, you kind of just have to grab on both sides and like push down with your thumbs while it's up against the helmet. That will mold it down. You can take me off full screen now. You can take me off full screen now.
For sharing, I don't have a cool figure, but I got this guy to show.
You have to.
Nice.
Oh, look how look at just how just badass this
dude.
I
got
an
uncle shaped like that.
Just come on, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
It's kind of dark, but I see he does look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie,
man.
Your ambiance is ruining the
hood, man. They really missed an opportunity there.
It's okay. So the hood is definitely not great, but once you get it set, like it's fine. It's just a matter of getting it set right.
Use any water to kind of like loosen it up?
I did not, dude. I did not use any water. I didn't have to, man.
You gotta get yourself an eye dropper.
Challenge accepted, man.
You gotta
I know, like
a little bit.
Yeah, I know a few people sprayed it and like kind of pushed it down and then it was fine. But
case of vodka. I see your comment. Let me keep moving here. We got Unstuck in Time. Hey gang, just received my sculpted Joker today. It's awesome. I love that figure so much. That's why like I feel like I'm doing my figures a disservice. I don't want to put any on the bottom, but I've had my Batman stuff on the bottom for a while. So like we eventually, when these cases come in, like the Tumbler, Batman Begins, Bane, and Joker are gonna be like at this level. It's gonna be sick. So I just feel like I can appreciate them more.
It'd be sick.
Are you gonna miss the monos though? I mean, just having that singular figure per case thing.
I don't think so, man. All I see is wasted space. Like, and it was the same thing with the DTOF. Like, I just need to cram as much. Honestly, what it comes down to is I need a spot for the vehicle so I could just get more figures into those cases.
Fair enough.
Remember when you said one mono was going to be your last case?
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean,
although
you're learning.
I love it.
Although
I love it.
I don't have any more space. So this is it. Like I don't have any more real estate to take up. So
like folks, hold on.
Guys, don't believe this. Don't believe what he's saying right now.
When he says I don't have space,
I don't.
He's gonna look at his couch and he's gonna measure it.
No, there's
and
no
he's
way.
gonna look online, maybe in IKEA or a Pier 1 or wherever he shops out there, and he's gonna get a futon or something. He's gonna get more cases in. The man will find a way. Like just at this point. Yeah,
it is a sickness.
You have a lot of room for cases still.
You really do. That's a
you could add a whole nother stack of DF120s.
This is as much as I really want to do.
He's gonna say like, actually, not many people actually sit on the couch, so maybe I should just get like a love seat or something, or maybe just maybe something for myself only. Then I'll have more cases, more room.
Oh man, you guys are something else. Tag teaming me, Brick. You need to get on here right now. Take the heat off of me.
Yeah. Join us.
Join us. We got Striker 47. Happy Wolfpack Wednesday. Got a waitlist conversion of Cobb Vanth, I'm assuming.
Whoa.
Looking forward to Super
Blast in the
Bowl
past.
Sunday.
The Marshall.
Go Birds.
Instant Cop.
I'm still on the waitlist for Crosshair. Be cool.
Hey, Striker, look at my review. I did one on him. I modified him. He looks a lot better now. Give that a look.
Just buy it.
Well, he's gonna buy it. He's gonna buy it there.
Gotta get the Marshall, man. That's a
Marvel
crazy wait list.
Is basically bottom of priority right now for me. I'm with you. It's not that I don't like Marvel. It's just, dude, Star Wars is just. I think since Christmas, I've probably got like 7 Star Wars figures. So it's
let's go.
It's blossoming, if you will.
Star Wars is the best, man.
Ooh, hold on. Getting some. Ooh, there we go. Boys, this is going to be a jam-packed show. We getting teases live.
We got
on Facebook?
Yes, sir. Ooh. Looks like we got some Cap action here. Ooh, he looking good.
Cap America?
The one and only.
All right, you guys, ooh and ah. I'll get through this. We got Batman Collectibles. Evening Wolfpack panel. Welcome back, Steve. Ironically, I have a mall and route random purchase of the week.
My man, let's go.
AJ is here. Good evening, friends. Hope everyone's doing well. Oh boy, there is Collector Joey. Hopefully he didn't see the Luca comment, and hopefully he is doing well.
This man is in pain, everybody.
A welfare check on him.
I'm a massive Lakers fan. Thank you so much, bro.
Guys,
he was looking chunky. You're right. You did the right thing.
I'm gonna say that
pig.
I truly feel for Joey with like, dude, that hurts, man. That hurts. He's got like some actually like nice memorabilia and like has met Luca and like, stuff like in person, like got stuff signed and like it's sad, dude. I'm sorry, Joey.
Send me your address.
I got you, bro.
It's like
jersey.
Like out of nowhere.
Luca jersey.
Like if Giannis got traded tomorrow,
sorry, Joey,
we would at least have a little bit of like, you know, there was rumors like just, you know, will they trade him? Will it, like Luka was just like
out of nowhere.
Everybody thought it was fake. And we got 10 years with him.
It's like, especially when you see what the haul was, you're just saying to yourself like, how do you let him go for that? I don't know.
Did you guys see the press conference with like the dude sitting next to J Kidd and Jason Kidd's just like,
yeah.
Yep.
Well, and then Luka was like,
he's like, J Kidd didn't even know about it.
Nobody
He's
did,
like,
bro.
J Kidd didn't even know about it. I was just looking at, oh man, that was rough, dude.
Yeah.
Rough.
But in fairness, if they pull ahead and they actually gel as a team and they win something, it's going to be worth it at the end.
Sure.
Yeah. It's also crazy. Anthony Davis is like abdominal strain before he even goes to the team.
Like he's sick to the stomach.
just put salt on, pour salt right on the wound. Just horrible,
we're getting rid of Lucas.
Yeah.
He's not in shape. We get AD who's hurt.
Oh man.
Let's see. 16 Star Wars Pimpazoid is joining us tonight. Thank you for being here. What's up? I think I need at least 6 more Module cases just to keep up with all Star Wars releases. Thinking of going with the DF-120s this time instead of the 6 series. I think that's a good choice. Yep. It's just gonna give you more flexibility, versatility, future proofing. 6 series are great, no doubt about it. It's a cool way to display as well. But I just think that the DFs open up more for you. So I would definitely throw some back half shelves on there too, and just get those. Let's see. We got Cobra's collection. Greetings, Graham, DLO, and Sneaker. Sideshow shipping Supergirl, and we all will be lucky.
Nice.
We here in the U.S. get the rest of our pre-orders on time. Yeah, it's interesting with the tariff wars. Hopefully that gets sorted out soon. But Cobra, thank you for being here, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Look at this guy. Usually he filters in a little later, but he is here. You got Calvin, low-key collector. What's up, fellas? Damn, Brick. Let Collector Joey be. He's now an official Laker fan. Wee doggy.
Poor Joey. I feel bad now.
Yeah.
Damn.
And we got the GOAT himself, Hawk Wars Toys. What's up, gentlemen? Just got off work and wanted to say hello. Too sweet to you, Ray. Thank you for being here. And yeah, hope you're doing well. Enjoy the show. Go Pack Go. Let's see. This was the one I laughed at before because it was the Newman pose from Seinfeld. When you control the mail, you control.
That's a good one.
I love that show. Let's see.
It gets better, man. Better and better with age. I'm telling you.
Graham's Tumblr is going in a coffee table. Mark my words.
Oh yeah.
Cool. We got Big Rib joining us. What's going on? Whiskey Wall. I've seen his collection. Yeah, Steve was telling me I should get rid of the whiskey stuff and put some mod cases in there, but I'm fighting back. I'm not.
I didn't say get rid of it all.
Said
I just
move
you
it
have that
somewhere
little
else.
cove in the back where that
Yeah.
giant ass Buffalo Trace barrel is.
Yeah,
That is like the perfect
Yeah,
case
it's pretty cool.
corner right there. Call it the case corner.
Honestly, I probably would have done that already if it wasn't going to be a
it's
custom
perfect.
size, because it's like an inch too narrow for the I think the DFs.
That's easy fix.
Mhm.
It's easy fix, man.
You know it too.
Easy
Yeah,
fix.
Luis. What's going on, Luis? Thank you for joining us. Damn, and there's 77 people in the chat at Brick Artemis. Kind of putting Joey out there in front of everybody. We got Anorak 418, Cap Just Teased. We're gonna check that out. Just want to make sure I don't miss anybody. We got the movie canon. What's up, Gio? Thank you for being here. Deadpool. That cap looks like ass. Ooh, I can't wait to see it. You guys are talking about poor Joey. All right, we're caught up, and Joey's getting the brunt of it.
I'm thinking of poor Joey in his head, like, man, it's been a rough 48 hours with this whole Luca news. I can't wait to just talk about some figures and take my mind off of things.
Well,
We're
and
sorry,
then
Joey.
The funny thing is, like, I was listening to a podcast, and they're like, well, at least this is kind of taking the heat off of Jerry Jones. But it's not. He's catching a bunch of strays when it comes to memes and stuff like that. So, oh, man.
Too good. Too good.
All right, let's take a look at this little tease here. Let's start with that, shall we? So here it is, right? That's it. Captain America: Brave New World. Are you guys excited for this movie? Are you cautiously optimistic? Are you scared? What are your thoughts just on the movie in general?
Oh, there's been a lot of noise on this one over here, to be honest with you. I mean, you hear stories about like having to reshoot a good chunk of the movie, a lot of rewrites and stuff like that. So that's never good news to hear something like that. But you know, in fairness to Marvel, that doesn't necessarily mean it's for sure going to be bad. They've done this before and they've gotten really good results out of movies too. But I mean, I think for me personally, like, I need this to be a good, solid movie just because MCU has just been fading so much, especially for us collectors. I mean, I think I saw someone put something like, you know, Marvel's at the bottom for me at this point, which wasn't always the case. But I mean, fairness, I mean, it hasn't been great, so I don't blame you for shifting your focus. But I mean, Captain America movies have been my favorite ones since the MCU started, and it's going to be the first one without Steve Rogers, so it's going to be interesting. So I'm going to watch it with open mind here, but it's also coming out in February. And if you guys know anything about February releases, that's usually where you dump stuff when it's not going to do well. So
Good call.
we'll see.
Man, you really didn't sell me on that. How about you, Steve?
I'm gonna go. I'm actually seeing it on Saturday with a buddy of mine
Wait, when
from
is
work.
this this week?
Valentine's Day
Mhm.
next.
Oh,
It's
shit.
next.
Okay.
It's next Friday. A week from this Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes out Valentine's Day. I'm seeing it the 15th, Saturday morning. I don't know, man. It's so tricky. Like, I don't know. It's really hard. Also, like, Cap is like Steve Rogers. Cap is like my favorite character in all of Marvel. So
Yeah.
it's just a weird feeling having like a different Captain America. But also, like, I really like Anthony Mackie just like as an actor in the MCU in general. And like, I thought the show was like actually good. I know like a lot of people didn't love the show. I thought it was like a good watch as far as like the actual Captain America Winter Soldier show goes. I hope it's a good watch. I feel like it's going to be a good movie. I hope it's not bad. I agree with kind of like what DLO said. That's pretty much kind of sums up my thoughts too. I'm open to seeing like kind of what they do with it and how like it's important that they evolve Captain America as a character. Now that like Anthony Mackie is Cap, like you gotta do something with the character. So it'll be interesting to see how they do like his solo movie and what this means kind of like moving forward too for the MCU. Because like Dilo said too, like outside of Deadpool and Wolverine, we haven't really gotten anything that's been like the Infinity Saga, right? I feel like that's just you're following in the footsteps of like arguably one of the best like sagas in movies when it comes to this type of stuff. So it's a bit, I feel like there's more pressure on it because Marvel hasn't done well. Like there's so much pressure on it. And this is what happens with Star Wars too. Like so many times, like people are not happy with Star Wars, and the next thing is just more pressure. And then they don't like it. Next thing is more and more pressure. It just keeps building. So I feel like the movie's just got a lot of pressure on it. And sometimes when that happens, people are really, really critical about it too. And I don't know, man, it's tough. This movie's in a tough spot, but I hope I enjoy it. I'm hoping it's a good movie. That'd be great if it is.
What's challenging for me is I've always really loved Falcon. Like Anthony Mackie's Falcon. Like I love him as Falcon. I think he's fantastic. So in a way, it's just like you're kind of putting two, great characters that I love, Captain America and Falcon, together. And in theory, it should work. But I can't connect to it, quite frankly. And it's just like it's hard to let go of Steve Rogers as Captain America, because that is my Captain America.
Iconic,
right?
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's no shade to Anthony Mackie. I love Anthony Mackie too. He's phenomenal. But like merging those two together, it feels different, because I've known Steve Rogers as Captain America since I was a kid. So and also, I mean, it could have been Bucky, right? There's an argument that he could have chose Bucky as well too. And in the comics that does happen as well. So, it's just, for me, it's just like, it's kind of hard to like him when I still see him as Falcon. Because I mean, I'm seeing the wings, I'm seeing the Patriot, and that's all good and well, but like Captain America should be a super soldier. He should,
I agree.
So it's different. Doesn't mean it's bad, just means it's different. So, but listen, you got the Red Hulk in here. That's something I've been dying to see for years. So that's something to look forward to. I know there's a couple things that they're probably cooking that we don't know yet. So we'll just see how it goes. But Marvel needs a win. Marvel needs a dub at this point.
Hopefully there's something to that is like, we have not, like you said, like stuff that we don't know about that is going to be like a shocker in the movie. It would be cool if we got something like, damn, this was hidden. Like there was no leaks about it. We get something from this movie where like a character pops up, or it's something big that really elevates it too. I feel like that'd be a cool.
They just got to get back to that connectivity tissue there. You're like
Yeah,
whatever's going on in here, like Thunderbolts, the next movie that's up for them, should have some connected tissue to that. So that way you're like, oh, I can't wait to see that movie. Because that's what really made Marvel click. Their movies aren't necessarily, 10 out of 10 movies. Let's be frank. They're fun popcorn movies. But what kept everybody so invested was like, okay, you got to watch the next installment, because either at the end of this movie or at the end credits here, there's an Easter egg that you're just going to make you excited for the next one. And there hasn't been that. Like, look at things like Shang-Chi. I love that movie personally. I think that's the best. Movie. I think that's the best new character that's been brought to MCU. You don't know what's been going on with Shang-Chi for years. It's been like 4 or 5 years now at this point. However, it's been long with him. I have no idea what he's doing. Where's that connection? Right. So they're losing that because they're doing so much multiverse, and it's just confusing casuals. And it's just like the movies are just not hitting because like people can't connect to them like they did before. So hopefully this is, a return to form for them, because I mean, I saw the Fantastic Four trailer, not to jump ahead. I'm actually really excited about that one. I really like that trailer there. So, we're just going to have to wait to see. Deadpool was good. Maybe this one that starts a new hot streak for Marvel. Who knows?
Yeah. I agree about the super soldier serum. Like, it's just really hard to buy in when you have such an iconic character that is so popular, and then you just replace him with somebody else, and it's okay. Now you're Captain America. Like, I just don't buy it. Like, it just kind of happened, and I don't know.
You just never see it happen. That's right. Like, you never see it happen with these characters.
And then I don't believe it, partly because he's not a super soldier, which I don't know. For me, Captain America, that's like it's power. That's his strength. Like, I don't know. So I just didn't buy it. But yeah, I mean, I like the actor as well and whatnot. So I wouldn't mind seeing this, but I'm definitely going in kind of just looking to have a good time and not really thinking it's going to be an amazing movie. But Brick says it looks good, but Disney Plus good.
So harsh. He's always so harsh.
Tristan says, so that's bad, Brick. Okay.
Yeah, kind of, bro.
We got Clinton Martin stopping by to say hello. He says, going to catch you on the replay. Daughter's 14th birthday today. Happy birthday to Mr. Martin's daughter. Really quick, I want to give a shout out to my youngest as well, Piper. Tomorrow, on the 6th, she will be 6. So happy birthday to Piper.
Nice.
Shout out to Piper.
Hopefully you have a great
happy
day,
Piper.
And I love you. And happy birthday to Clinton's daughter as well. Happy 14th birthday. Man, time flies. Don't blink, everybody. We got 88 Figs. He says, well said, Brick. We shall see how it turns out. But yeah, Jazzy says he takes soldier serum in this movie. I'm calling it. He should, honestly. He should. So
I wouldn't be surprised.
You know, because even in the TV series where he's training, I didn't believe it because I'm like, you're just a normal dude. Like, how are you flinging around that shield like that? But
yeah, I feel like also like
not dying when he comes back at you.
I feel like you said too, like kind of deal you brought up, like you see him as Falcon and like there's like him blending that character with Cap, but also like there has to be a transition where he's like, okay, I'm taking this on. And I feel like the serum is like a big part of that it's potentially happening. Like, okay, I'm fully committed. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm going to be. Take that and then fight the Hulk.
Okay, so I just read Queso.
Fad Gadget says Captain Woke. No thanks. I'm not gonna lie. I was not a fan of the direction they took the TV series during that time period. That was kind of a turn off for me as well. So I definitely could see that. Let's see. Jeez, easy, Jazzy. Yeah, I mean seriously, like,
yeah,
he's got a good point though. Like,
yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, but I got these wings.
Yeah, I'll just fly away. But yeah, basically, he should take drugs, quote unquote, Graham. Very nice. Figure itself, though, without seeing the movie, obviously, you know, it is what it is. Is there anything you see that you like, that you dislike, that you can just pinpoint right away? The first thing that jumped out to me is kind of like same old Captain America suit. You know, that thick material that's going to be tough to pose it. Get, you know, a nice dynamic pose. But, you know, we got the helmet here, the mask.
I feel like the thing that jumped out to me is his shoulder joint. That was the first thing I saw in this picture was how his shoulder joint is separated from his suit.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not a cohesive suit. You can see like the ridge on the shoulder joint. That was the first thing that I noticed in the picture. By you, D-Lo.
For me, honestly, it was the helmet, but not because of what you guys are saying. In my head, I'm like, why the hell hasn't he been using that shit forever? I'm just like 9 movies or however many movies I've seen this guy in here. He's like, yeah, wait, how do you breathe up there? And then he finally has a mask on. I don't know. That was just the first thought that came to my head. Just like, the hell you been doing all these years without one? Now suddenly you need one. I don't know. But I will say I kind of miss the more white suit that debuted in the TV show.
Yeah,
I really like that. I really like that suit. I'm just surprised that we're getting a new suit, but it's a new movie. They got to sell toys. Yeah. I get it. But
do you think? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, do you think he's gonna have the white suit on at like the beginning of the movie though, and then this is gonna be like his transformative suit?
Well, according to the trailer, it looks like he starts off with that and then goes to this.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say I couldn't remember if he had like the white suit on. But I feel like that would make sense. Like they brought the white suit in. You can't just like not have that in the movie. I forgot that was in the trailer. So that makes sense.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it's still modified from the show. I think the show, whether you like the show or not, I think the suit was perfect. Like as far as like comic accuracy, like I thought that was a beautiful suit. But yeah, this suit looks good as well too. Like it's more, for me, this gives me more of that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of vibe to his suit design, kind of more like Cap's was in Winter Soldier, but just with the red and white instead of silver. You know what I mean? It's very sleek. So I like the suit. The helmet's a cool touch. I like that as well too. I mean, we'll see how it works in the movie. You know, if it just kind of pops off or transforms into nano, whatever they're going to use right there. But yeah, for me, it's just like Cap shouldn't just have wings. That's just the weird part about for me. It's just like either you have wings in your Falcon or you have the shield in your Captain America. Pick one. But that's just my 2 cents about it there. But figure wise, like, yeah, it's a Cap suit. Yeah, instantly I'm saying to myself, this is going to be extremely hard to pose with the material that they're using here. Very form fitting, which is going to look excellent, but it's going to be in a museum pose. The wings are probably going to be articulated like the last one was, which was very nicely done. Might add, I think if they're using the same ones, the wings are going to be doing a lot of the posing for this figure. Yeah. And he's going to probably just be standing, looking cool.
You can see it,
whatever form.
Because you can see the articulation like up right above the shield. You can see where it splits.
Yeah.
It
But like
just takes
color
up so
scheme one,
much
I think
space.
this is a better color scheme in fairness, though. I know I just said a second ago the white one is my favorite,
I like this one.
but this one has
Yes,
the colors work a lot better here. Some of the parts are not as loud, and in a good kind of way, to where the whole package total looks really sharp. So
Yeah.
you know, I mean, we'll see how it looks on the movie.
Ben Thomas is blowing my mind here.
This is
What
what
if Ant-Man becomes Captain America in the movie?
Wow.
What if it's another person stepping in?
This does look like an Ant-Man helmet. That's another
Dude,
thing I thought.
You
Like
got
the
Captain
lenses, man.
America, Hawkeye, and an Ant-Man mix. Crazy.
They're just throwing things at the wall, see what sticks.
We got Derek joining us as well. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. What's going on? Thank you for being here. Doesn't need serum, just needs a helmet. Just a random dude with no powers. I honestly like kind of how it felt. A little bit like what's your go-to? What's your power? Like I don't know.
You just
What
they
Captain
got to
America
sell us on
was,
why
you know?
he's a good choice. That's the thing, though. They still haven't sold us on why he's the best choice to take up the mantle of Captain America.
Right.
Yeah, they got to
Like-
sell that in this movie. Like
They really do.
his-
They really do. And
Yeah,
that means
yeah.
he can't take the serum. Like the
Yeah, I
theory
think we
was.
all want Marvel to be good again. So I mean, we're all rooting for it. You know,
It's just better for
We all wanna
everything there.
consume
If
good
Marvel,
movies.
sorry if I can say, if Marvel gets back to that there, then if we got something winning like that, collectors win, moving the box office wins. We're not getting crazy amounts of 2.0s of everything for no reason. Like it was fun for a little while, but it's time to get back to like good movies and getting brand new figures for new stuff. Just my humble opinion of this here, just because, you know, Hot Toys and all these other companies, they're going back to the wheelhouse, and some people are happy because it's going to give you an opportunity to swing, get something you had before. But eventually, if we don't start getting good movies, this is all we're going to get. We're going to get nothing but reissues of everything. That eventually, too much of a good thing becomes a bad thing. Just in my opinion there. So we can get Marvel to do good. If we can get freaking Star Wars off their lazy asses and give us a good trilogy again, something like that. We need that. We need progress at this point.
right. We need good writing. Well said, DLO. Any final thoughts on this tease? Obviously, this is the only picture, so it's all we have to go off of.
Looks like the shield straps are going to break on like they do on every other cap shield.
Yep.
Yeah,
fact.
it would have been
Such a
nice
pain
if
in
they
the
would have
ass.
changed that technology a little bit
Yeah.
too, because
Yep.
that's a problem. Yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully it's a good movie.
You guys think we'll get a second head sculpt, the portrait?
I hope so.
I feel like yeah. I don't see them skipping on the head, like with how much we see his face. I don't see them skipping the head sculpt for this.
I hope
You're
there's a
gonna
flashback scene for 10 seconds and Falcon shows up, and I get that.
Sure.
If I'm being
You don't
honest,
want the OG
Reissue.
Falcon.
I'll be in the theater. That's
That's like one of the figures they haven't done the shit out of, you know?
I mean, I desperately want that Civil War Falcon, but at this
Yeah.
point, like, I don't want to pay for it, even though it's gone down in price, because, you know, like I said, one flashback scene, he remembers that one mission he did with Cap, and suddenly, oh, it's a hot toy. I'd rather get that one at this point. So
Okay.
I'm selfishly rooting for that.
Tyler's got a great comment too. I mean, he says, "Where's the Star Wars OT announcements?" So,
Copy paste, Tyler. I'm gonna start
yeah.
calling it, pal. You know,
I
I want OT stuff too.
No, I mean, there's so much they could do. They just seems like they're just doing the new
Wait.
stuff. So,
Oh, I have a question for you, Graham.
yes,
So with your OT hype resurgence,
yes.
what is your thought on the scum and villainy line from Sideshow? Like, are you going to be going after any of those at this point with like the OT?
No.
That's a good question, Steve.
No, straight up, just no. Wow,
No.
man, I'm kind of surprised, dude. You
No.
surprised me with your OT decisions, but
For
I
the
get it.
cost, for the cost
get it.
of
Surprise or make me question?
for the cost of those figures that are in the movie for a glimpse, there's just so much other stuff that I gotta prioritize.
man.
Well, let's take a side tour for a second here. So, what would be a OT figure specifically that hasn't been made yet that you would really like to see someone make?
Jabba the Hutt.
been
Because
made,
if they don't
man.
do that
Pick
soon,
one up.
Made.
I'm going to be
Been
pulling
made.
the trigger on that Sideshow one. So
It's been made. So yeah,
It's
you
gonna
get the
happen.
Sideshow.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sideshow just reissues it. I could see that happening.
yeah, they do that a lot.
There's
So
not really
Jack
much
is
they need to
surprised.
necessarily do for that. Like it's a cool set.
Well, you know what they used to do? They used to almost immediately after those figures would sell out, they would have them back up on a pre-order. And then they haven't been doing that as much. Solo and Carbonite's up there. He's available.
Did you get that from
C-3PO.
Sideshow?
No, I got mine used because I was not
Gotcha.
paying retail price.
What's
for
the same
that.
thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
But C-3PO, Boba Fett, like they haven't really come out with that Boba Fett for a while. That's just been kind of gone too. So I don't know. It's weird how
Steve,
they
you got one?
pick and
Got
choose.
one that you like them to make that hasn't been made by somebody yet?
OT?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like one of the main answers to that is like a Bestman Han. But
That's an easy one. That's a good one.
yeah, I mean, there's a easy
Really
one,
good
or
one.
like Bestman Escape Leia that they've teased, with
Mhm.
the Chewie. Let me think of a. I'll come back to it.
I'll
This
throw one
section
out
did
there.
so many of
How
them back in
about
the day.
how about a TIE pilot, baby?
That'd be
Let's
sick.
get a TIE pilot. I want one.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, for sure.
Or an AT-AT drive. An AT-AT driver would also be really cool
Hell
with
yes.
with
Hell
yes.
Mhm.
Getting him with what's the dude's name? That dude in the
Oh, I know you're
AT-AT.
talking about. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Chat, help us out. But I hear you. I know. I'm with you on that one there. 100%.
Yeah, it's I forget his name. They made him as a Black Series figure.
Thank you, OG General Veers.
Yes, General Veers.
Thank
And
you.
his outfit would be badass
Yeah,
with an
that
AT-AT
would.
driver.
Absolutely.
You
Yep.
put Veers with his chest armor on with the helmet, dude.
Yeah. I love that idea.
That'd be
That's
really
perfect.
cool. That'd be a cool duo.
A couple more Lukes that can be made as well too. I'm a big Luke
Yep.
guy. I'm a big Luke guy when it comes to
A New
OT,
Hope could
so-
be redone. That's one I've added as well, and it's definitely needs a facelift.
I want X-wing pilot like Luke as well too. New Hope specific.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. We haven't gotten a New Hope X-wing pilot.
We got Snowspeeder.
That is. Yeah,
I want
it's-
X-wing.
Yeah, I think X-wing. See, this is where like Star Wars just like. It's the
There's so
easiest thing to
much.
collect because there's a lot. The risk of 2.0 is way lower because there's so much they make, and
Yeah.
there's so much newer stuff they can focus on. That like the
Yep.
2.0s are few and far between compared to some of
Yeah.
these other, other.
And you don't have to
figures.
justify it either. It's not like having like an Iron Man in gold and then Iron Man in silver, the same one, right? It's like
Yeah.
it feels like no, this matters. This scene is
Yeah.
different, so I have
Star
to
Wars,
get
yeah.
this version too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
The
I want.
trilogy specific for every character is like you can make an argument for.
Yeah.
Well,
OT.
Sure.
And by the time you do get a 2.0, it's been so long that you're actually almost welcoming it too. Like
Yeah.
some of those figures, and like Chewie isn't necessarily a 2.0 because he's from a different movie, so you can still have a spot for a New Hope and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's different with Star Wars. I'm not as afraid of 2.0s, and even a New Hope Luke I bought knowing that could very well be a 2.0 and kind of okay with it.
Yeah.
Because of what the vision is. I want to have this stuff, and then if I have a spot for it, but then when the new figure comes, I can just kind of replace it and then
Right.
swap it from there.
And Hot Toy is known to double dip sometimes. For example, like Return of the Jedi Luke, they made him technically twice, like a deluxe model, but
Yeah.
it had
Yeah.
the Endor outfit. I was okay with that because, like, no, I need Luke from the end, right, for sure. But hey, just because he wore the same garb, I mean, this look right here with the
Totally
Endor
different.
outfit, totally different. I approve.
helmet
Give me
on?
that one too. Yep,
Yeah.
for sure. Give me one. I'll get it. So I
Yeah,
mean,
I'd like to see this too. I mean, I know,
Yes.
and again, Sideshow
Yeah,
has done
sure.
a lot
Yes,
of
for
these
sure.
figures, but it's been so long and it's Sideshow
great.
quality. So, like Gamorrean Guard would be amazing. Jabba the Hutt.
Dude,
Guys,
if we
you
get
know
the whole,
me.
I would take the whole throne room, like Bib
Hell yeah.
Fortuna,
hell yeah.
And you know me,
Jabba,
like I'm so
C-3PO.
weak. Once I get this
Gamorrean
in my
guards.
head, it's gonna happen. So Jabba the
Yeah.
Hutt, man.
Gamorrean guards are so cool, man. That's probably the one thing that like I miss from Black Series was like the Return of the Jedi figures, man. There's just so much cool stuff that you can get that Hot Toys has not done.
Yeah.
The only Return of the Jedi figure I don't have is the Royal Guard. But again, it's one of those where it's such a brief and limited figure that I'm not paying. I'm just not going to pay the top dollar for.
Dang, you
For
have
something
every
like that,
single.
so-
And there's one pose for those things. Like honestly,
right.
you
They're
can
so limited.
you can play around and use your imagination, but you should have them just in one pose. And
Yeah.
that's a lot of money paid for one pose. So I get what you mean by that.
Oh
yeah, they need to do more Return of the Jedi. There is not enough, man.
No,
Well,
even
even
Empire
on
Strikes
OT
Back,
period.
there's
That's
really
what
not that many.
That's what Tyler FL is trying to explain. Like, if you really sit down and think and put a checklist of which ones they have not made yet, there's so much OT left over. It's insane. I mean, they can easily feed us for the next 5 to 10 years with the amount of stuff that's still available to make out there. But, you know, when you've got multiple trilogies and you have fan bases that like certain parts of the franchise, and you try to cater to all of them at the same, that's tough. That's a lot of resources. If they were doing solely Star Wars, it could be done.
Yeah.
Like you got Marvel movies, you got DC coming back alive here. We have new licenses that we still haven't talked about yet here, like James Bond, for example. So, you know,
doing a lot.
You guys take the good with the bad too.
Pretty
like
full.
you wanna see more of these characters done, but at the same time, you know, the figures that you do have, for the most part, are somewhat safe. You know, from the whole reissue, stuff. But yeah, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. But
Oh, OT. We're gonna get some OT stuff this year for sure.
Yeah, we will.
So I think DLO and I were talking about this. I want to go back and I want to see like how many OT announcements we get per year.
Not a lot.
I want to say it's like
Not a lot.
3, 4, maybe. So it's not many. So yeah, I think it's just. I think the likeliness of getting 2.0s is there, but I just think it's minimal. When you look at like BVS, everything's being redone by InArt as well. You throw them into the mix, and now, you know, it's kind of like you're probably gonna get a BVS from them too. So
that's why it's so important that other manufacturers like InArt and everybody else need to work on other IPs. Like I've been slowly getting around to what everybody's known longer than I have. Caustic Plastic, for example. I heard about them during the whole monsters situation with the Frankenstein. They're making Jean-Claude Van Damme. Dude, you're talking about 80s icon who I've always wished someone would make a figure of, and now somebody like them are making that. Like, it's just like no one needs to be competing with anybody. I think there's enough IPs to go around that everybody can handle stuff. Like InArt, I think they're doing great stuff with Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. I think they should be focused on that. I get it. They want to make what they make, more power to them. But I think, Game of Thrones, thank you, Walking Dead. So there's some good stuff out there. I just feel like, man, I just need everybody to be doing something different because I can just grab a little bit from everybody. That's how I'm feeling right now.
Are you going to get that Bloodsport, Jean-Claude Van Damme?
I'm thinking of doing that there because I
spoke to. Good looking figure, dude.
Yeah, no, because I spoke to Connor. And he was telling me they made what's his name? Was it Tong Po? I forget it, the villain's name. I forget his. He's been in so many martial arts.
Oh, they're doing the villain.
That guy. Yeah, the villain that's in all John Claude's movies. Yeah. So like, I want that too. And they have a statue as well too. Did you see that? The statue with him?
Yeah, the 110 statue.
Yeah, that looks badass.
Him jumping. Yeah, the kicking one.
Yeah. So there's some good stuff
doing
out
some
there,
cool
man.
stuff, man.
Yeah. No,
their Frankenstein, their original Frankenstein.
That looks really cool.
That
is a really cool looking figure.
Yeah. So. Yeah, sorry, we got sidetracked there. Thank you, Charlie.
No, that was a good. Yeah, that was a good
OT.
conversation.
OT. Anytime there's an OT,
right?
I feel like I always get the one thing that really is like really captivating for me in collecting is when there's an OT announcement. Like that's the one thing that probably gets me the most excited.
Right.
Where it's just like OT one, and then you
kind of perk up because like Stan
you
like,
just get the hype.
One.
Like the hype hits you once. It's like an OT figure. I'm gonna add in.
Right.
The hype just builds from there. But love the OT.
I think Hot Toys knows that because they only seem to like drop stuff like this when something else is competing with them at that moment. Like, we were gonna drop this, but since you guys are down and we're good, here's a Han Solo out of nowhere. Here's one 10 years later. Thank you.
What OT figures are out for pre-order right now? You got Han and Chewie. What else?
Han and Chewie.
On the Chewie with 3PO. Let me look.
I think that's about it.
I think that's really
it right now.
How much there? Because the Dewback would have been on that list, but that just came out. So.
It's just Han. It's just Han, and then Chewbacca and 3PO.
Both bangers, but that is it.
OT is being dripped. Last announcement has been 6 months. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I get like these older figures are coming up on like needing a 2.0, but I don't think it's going to happen like we're seeing with DC or even Marvel, where they do it like that. So, because like you said, there's just so much Star Wars to focus on and new stuff coming all the time.
I think the next OT hit we're gonna get is gonna be a main artisan character.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the next. If it's not an artisan, it's going to be like a trooper or something, like, you know, maybe a side character. But I think the next main character we get is going to be, they're going to do something artisan from Star Wars again. It's
Chewbacca artisan?
An OT artisan. Oh, I don't know how they do his.
Leia would be awesome. Artisan.
But
Leia.
which Leia though? Because Leia doesn't need.
Endor.
Like, everybody says that.
Endor, dude.
Final end scene.
Straight hair Endor.
Straight hair,
Endor
yeah.
Leia. That's what I would say.
What about the Bespin Leia that they teased? It's braided, but it could be artisan. New head.
Hopefully they can keep it braided right. I think that's
as long as they keep it
sculpted
too, because I really wouldn't want that artisan there. Like what Steve said, the end of Endor, that would make sense, but unless they do Slave Leia, then maybe I might come around.
Come on now.
Yeah, I think the main Star Wars artisan I want is Qui-Gon, but or actually Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan would be the first, but I feel like Qui-Gon would also be a really, really good one.
That'd be fantastic,
artisan,
because he can use it. He can use it. Yeah, for sure.
OG fan is a really good comment. I mean, kind of what I was looking for, so I appreciate this.
Crazy.
2024 only had Vader and 3PO from Return of the Jedi.
That's true.
Crazy,
OT gets like 2 a year. Crazy. So
yeah.
Gio thinks it'll be Leia. Queso Blanco thinks they'll do an artisan farm boy Luke. I mean, could be. They just did that other Luke Skywalker, so
that farm boy is a that one is a dated figure.
Yes,
for sure.
Very much
still fine, but I would appreciate a New Hope farm boy Luke at this point.
Well, I mean, even me just buying that figure and already being okay if they announce something else, like, because I have the A New Hope now, and if I have to, I'll just swap him for the new one. But like, definitely out of the box, not underwhelming, but just, and I kind of.
When did you buy that?
Oh, a few weeks ago.
Jesus.
Oh wow.
I did not realize that.
Yeah,
that must have been a comment.
First we heard about that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, artisan throne room Leia would be cool. Dude, this would be great too. Luke and Han 2-pack with tauntauns.
Yeah, we're overdue for a Hoth Luke and Han. That's something that needs to happen.
That'd be badass.
All right,
there you
let's
go.
move it along here because we got a lot to talk
next
about.
10 years of Hot Toys OT we just discussed.
Right.
That's how it's gonna go.
Oh man, you know I'm always here though for an OT conversation.
Oh yeah,
so it's all good.
Facts.
And transitioning then to back to Deadpool and Wolverine, we got Blade. So I want to know, obviously, what you guys think about this. Are you okay with this Blade? Because I know, like, for me, I think about Indiana Jones. Saw the old Indiana Jones, looked really good, but for me, I just needed that iconic, younger Indiana Jones. So, I want to know if you guys are on board with that, or if this is just something you're picking up because, hey, there's just nothing else to get when it comes to Blade. But then B, do you guys think this opens up the doors to getting everything? Do you think they'll complete the line of the other heroes, or do you think Hot Toys will be Hot Toys and do their thing and, you know, maybe one more or maybe no more and kind of go from there? But let's just open up the conversation with Blade. We'll take a look at some of these pictures and you guys just jump in with what your thoughts are here.
Go for it. Oh, you want me to go? You
go, bro.
Yeah, go.
Dude, he looks good, man. I think like the head sculpt, like they got this looking really good for like, I feel like how his character kind of acted in the movie. That was kind of the first thing I thought about it, you know, when he's like, I'm like, talks about being retired and it's just, I feel like they captured,
repeat the line. I
feel like they just captured the character well, like just his attitude. I feel like the sculpt represents his attitude in the movie. And the glasses on is the look. You gotta like, dude, this is gonna be the look. Regardless of what you think, I guess, with the glasses off, which I think it looks good. Like I said, representative of what's in the movie, but this is the look right here. The first edition thing, super weird. I don't know why they do this. Why this wasn't
the timed pre-order, right? For anybody that doesn't know.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like, it's different because it's first edition timed, but also like I asked Ray about this at Underground. He's also getting the first edition, which usually Sideshow will do like the special edition that nobody else gets. But he's getting that as long as you order it like before March 4th. So it's just a weird thing. It's just a really weird thing how they did this first edition thing with the sword. But I feel like The sword is a nice addition. The one thing, man, and this is what kind of has been worrying me about this whole line. Well, not this whole line, but especially like once we get into Gambit, is like his pants are like a pleather. They look like a pleather material pants, unless maybe they update it. And in the suit, like this stuff always just kind of it just sucks that they it sucks, and you hope that that's not a problem. And I know some people would say that like, oh, the pleather thing is like a little bit overblown. I do think it is in some circumstances, but like, why not just update it at this point? Like, you got it. We're getting to a point where you're doing leather selectively for other figures. What's the excuse? Like, why aren't you doing it for everything? It just doesn't make, why are they cherry picking? Doesn't really make a lot of sense. So
when you're charging so much now too these days, like give us a little bit of something extra.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with the resistance. And just being on the fence now with where I'm at, like, probably the majority of me says that I'm probably going to pass on like the resistance. I'm probably going to be happy with Deadpool and Wolverine. Also, like, I really want to battle damage Deadpool. That's like the look battle damage with the golden guns is like one that I really want. So I don't think, and this is kind of an all or none for me, just with the way that I am, like I would probably want all of them when it comes to the resistance, for like to have them displayed. If it was for me, Blade, I also probably would want more like the OG. That's the one that I would be drawn to more versus like, I'm not a super Blade fan. I know there's people out there. I know like, DLO's obviously excited for this, but I'm not a super Blade fan. So that's gonna, that's
I haven't even seen the movies yet.
You haven't seen any of the Blade movies?
You never seen any Blade movie?
Oh boy. DLO, take it away. I'm probably not gonna get this, but it looks good, man. I think they really they got it looking really good. I don't know what I'm gonna do on my like I said, probably gonna end up passing. Go ahead, DLO. Rip him apart. I mean, go ahead. Take it away. I was gonna
just talk about Blade and mind my business here, but no. You don't just leave a nugget out like that there and expect it.
I haven't even seen the movies yet.
You do understand the whole reason why we have any comic book like movies at all is because of this man right here.
You do understand.
I understand nothing.
Like none of this would happen without Blade. Like, this.
Dang, that's crazy, Graham.
You even collect, bro? Gosh, jeez, oh my gosh. All right,
not Blade.
All right, I'm not going to harp on this.
You're not gonna let this ruin your night.
I've had a rough 24 hours, bro. You're just like really just adding on to my list of today. I'm gonna pop a vein.
Look at Brick. He's just
you
trying
haven't
to
seen
find a way
Rocky?
not to watch Peacemaker.
You haven't seen Rocky?
A long time ago. So,
man, that was gonna be a.
All right, we're gonna move on because I'm gonna
keep going fast. Keep going.
All right, Blade. Let's talk about him. Okay, Blade, like Steve said, fantastic. Really captures attitude. Well said, Steve. I agree with you on that there.
Well said.
Thank you.
I will say that I really do like this figure. The one thing that I would be nitpicky, because I happen to be a Blade fan who watched all the movies. I own the trilogy on digital. Blade is a vampire. I would like to see his teeth.
Oh my god!
I'm just kidding.
He's messing with me. He's playing with fire right now. Hot fire. But yeah, like Blade's a vampire. I would have liked to have seen some teeth. Maybe a little snarl, something like that there. Like this right here, this pose.
Yeah.
If his teeth were open, you could see some fangs.
Upper lip.
That's a dope pose.
That would have been
cool.
That
looks good. Don't get me wrong, it looks good, but he kind of looks bored, which is Wesley Snipes' face these days. So I'm not going to hold it against him.
Little Clint Eastwood.
What I find weird is I want to go back to the exclusive piece for a second. Now, I've watched this movie, Deadpool and Wolverine, way too many more times than I want to care to admit. He never uses the sword in the movie at all. It's hanging on the wall. He looks at it for a second and puts it back. So the exclusive really doesn't make sense for this particular version of Blade because he doesn't use it during the fight. But to Steve's point about passing on this one, I don't blame him for wanting to do that simply because that is the first clue that you're going to probably see a 2.0 of the original Blade that most people would want of Wesley Snipes, which valid. If you're waiting for that one because you only need one, I can totally respect that. However, for me, I need to have this one. He looks great.
Get it.
I like the aged up design of him here. I'm a big fan of the original like look too. Don't get me wrong, but it screams comic book. I love that they're starting to like really like embrace the comic appropriate looks of these characters. This is what he would look like in the comics. I've seen him look like this before. It looks fantastic. So he's just maybe a little bit older, but I mean that's okay. It's no big deal. This figure is gonna look sick. I'm gonna keep it for as long as I want to keep it for. When that other one comes out, I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna sell it or not. But either way, I'm not gonna miss out on getting a Blade. So it may not be here forever. I'll be transparent about that, but it will be a great fit in the collection until that day when they announce the original. We'll see. But I'd like to have a Blade in the collection here. But to answer your question about this other thing, I'm not sure if you guys saw this here, but while my research for the show, like I always do, there was an announcement of Cosbabies as well for Deadpool and Wolverine. Did you guys happen to see that a few hours ago? So take it with a grain of salt. That doesn't always necessarily mean they're going to be making this year, but everything from the Cosbaby list is from the Resistance, but also 2 alternate looks for Wolverine.
Brown suit, baby.
As well too. Brown suit. And then I forget the one where he has the one arm instead. That look there. That's the other Cosbaby they have. So there's a strong possibility that not only are we going to get this entire Resistance, but we're going to get some alternates
Weapon Omega
too. Yep. So, and I will get that brown suit if that happens to be true. So we'll see what's up.
It's also funny because they talked about doing all the Resistance, and then they a lot of these Cosbabies they've already done. And the other one is like Deadpool with the claws. Like they're gonna, you may be onto something for that. And why wouldn't they? Like we're a $1 billion+ movie at this point,
right?
Like you got to feed the audience. This is your time to make money. You got to do all these characters.
Yeah, I mean, especially at this point here, like exactly, you got nothing. Yeah. You got nothing in the kitchen for Marvel that's got concrete going to be a top seller for you. This movie will sell for you. It's the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. Like I forget how many $1 billion movies there is, but I mean,
it's double dipping. You're getting this because you're just such a big Blade fan. You know, you got the other team members from the Resistance too. So
you got to remember, there's a whole group of people who didn't have the MCU. They had the Fox universe, or whatever you want to call that time frame. People love Hugh Jackman from those X-Men movies. People love Wesley Snipes for those Blade movies. Those earlier movies are what carried us on until we got an MCU to have as well too. So to get an opportunity to get some of these, let's call it let's call some of these Hall of Fame or nostalgic characters over here. If you were around for those times, it's kind of high on your list to get. So for me, I got to get them. I got to get them.
Looks like you guys, when I told you I haven't seen Blade, this is Steve, and this is DLO. The faces that were made.
Accurate. Very accurate.
So he gets a bazooka with a rocket and firing effect. Anybody going to use this?
No.
Probably not.
Weapons attachable to the body. Okay.
What does that mean? Magnetic or
yeah, that's what I was wondering. Looks magnetic.
Oh, I see. The other one, the short blade goes on his back in that. Yep. In the sheath.
That's it. The sheath. Another one of these bases where I wonder if he'll be able to stand okay.
Trash.
Probably not.
Just throw a bunch of shit on there.
This looks like the Deadpool one, which is trash.
Separate rolling eyeballs, of course. So there you have it. And there is the first edition exclusive accessory. What's this being priced at?
$290.
Right,
so just on the nice pull was $305.
Yeah. Can't really complain.
We got a little discount.
D'Lo, Andreas wants to know if you have any third-party blades.
Great question. I was 90% sure I was going to get the Present Toys one when that came out. I dropped the ball, sold out, couldn't do anything about it. But I'm keeping my eye on the So-So Toys one. That one's off of Blade Trinity. So I might wind up picking up that one, or I might just wait and see if maybe enough time has passed and Hot Toys is going to go back to the well. So we'll see. But I'm going to get this one for sure.
Cool. Look at this. Tighter FL is taking the plunge, becoming a channel member. Appreciate that, my friend. He is becoming a Jedi Knight. I did tweak the tiers a little bit, added a $1.99 Padawan. So we rebranded it. And then the tier that was the watch is now the I believe it's the Jedi Grand Masters. And with that, I'm going to be doing members only shorts, just kind of letting you guys see inside the collection a little bit more. So when I get certain things like plaques or figures, you know, I'll be doing those. I was talking to you guys, I think last week, I was like, I was going to do members only streams, but maybe later. I don't want to do that with like 2 people and it's just me and like 1 or 2 other people. And then, you know, maybe a little weird.
I feel like,
but maybe, you know, eventually we'll do that too. So, but thank you, Tighter. Appreciate that, my friend. Let me see if I got something here for you in my stuff here. Gosh, I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to tell you thank you very much. I appreciate you. I got so many things.
Thanks for the support, Tighter. Cheers.
I can't.
Unsub, Tighter.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yes! That's awesome!
Unsub.
Here. OG fan throwing the 2 sweets. Oh, look at this. We got Nick's Collectibles in the house. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Happy Wednesday to you. Any final thoughts on Blade? I'm going to end this poll here. But is there anything else you guys want to say? Anything else you noticed about this? We got pleather, which obviously we may have to worry about over time. Of course, it's not the iconic blade, but like DLO said, it is a blade to have in your collection.
And we knew this was coming. Like, that's another thing we knew this was. I'm excited to see all 4 of them announced and see how they all look together.
So that's what I want to end with, though. Do you actually think Hot Toys is going to go through with this and give you the whole group?
Yeah.
Will they finish
100%.
this one off?
1000%.
We're 2 of 4. Yeah, this is happening.
Gambit will be last, though. Mark my words.
With a full pleather coat. It's gonna be terrifying.
Probably, yeah. All right, so I did this poll. Are you a fan of the Blade movies? We had 27 votes.
I didn't get a chance to vote. No, sorry.
Said yes. 14% said no. 7% said haven't seen them. So I am not the only one who has not seen the movies.
You're old enough to have seen them. Like I'm sure not everybody,
but you know. But you guys
went
know,
out of your
like,
way not to watch it. That's what bothers me about you.
There's like a handful of movies that you always saw at like the video store, but like for some reason you never watched them, and then it almost became like a thing where you almost inadvertently stayed away from it just because you have never seen it. And now like so much time has passed where you're just like, I don't know, it's kind of become one of those franchises for me. So, but I will watch it eventually. All right, what else we got?
Still judging you.
That's fine. That's fine. Let's stick with Marvel here.
Judge this.
Let's judge the Mark III gold version. I love gold.
Smell of it, look of it, the taste of it.
Before we go into any detail about this here,
box.
who did not see this happening though? Honestly,
A gold Mark III?
yeah. At least another variant
member.
of Mark III. At
Holy
this stage.
cow, that looks shiny. Not a
I'm
fan?
not surprised.
Not a fan?
How many Mark IIIs are they going to do within like the course of a year? What is this, the 4th one?
Until they make up their money, dude. Anytime they put any R&D into an Iron Man, they will milk the shit out of it. With as many variations.
Jazzy's
as
in.
I
possible.
mean, I can see why, because that's a lot of like work to make this. I'm sure. You know, well, we got the Mark III. We got OG fan. Oh, you're good, dude. You're good.
Mark II.
Yeah, I messaged
Practically
him.
the same thing too.
Oh, man.
Silver.
Yeah, we got the Coca-Cola one.
Coca-Cola, right?
The Coca-Cola one, which ended up selling for like close to 10 grand because there were only like 20 of them, and then they turned around and reissued it with a better base 2 weeks later.
That's right.
That's a normal
This kind of looks cool, I gotta say. Kind of looks cool. I'm not
And then
kidding.
we got this.
But
So we got 4, but 2 of them are pretty much the same.
Yeah, facts.
We're gonna get another one.
Is this the same paint job as the Mark 7 a few years
It looks
ago?
like the black. It looks like the black, like the like the black and gold Mark 7. It kind of looks like that, just the gold portion on this.
Yeah.
I think that's what they did. It's like that chrome paint application.
So was that Mark 7? Was that chrome like this, or was it just gold?
Yeah, it was chrome. It was like
Okay.
the stealth suit. You're talking about like the stealth Mark 7. I think it was, or whatever. The black and gold. The black and gold Mark 7.
No. No,
What do
they
you-
did a gold, a
Are you
Midas.
talking about the
I think
Midas?
a Midas.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
Midas.
thinking
Midas.
no, Midas
That's
is
different.
Yeah, different.
Okay.
Yeah.
This looks like super.
This is like a chrome
like I can
gold.
see my reflection in this.
This
Shiny
is a
gold.
Hot Toys Oscar, is what it is.
There
Yep.
you go.
That's what it is. They should make this an
I
award.
kind of like it.
I mean,
Not
gold
enough
is
to
good on
get.
Iron Man, but that's
But
just
it looks cool.
a lot of freaking gold, though.
Yeah, I really like the black contrast though too. Like if you have those
See, I don't.
pieces on there.
The black was cheap to me.
See, I don't.
I don't. It's very.
I
cheap.
agree with you, but I don't know. Something about it looks cool because
should've
I
painted
think
it silver.
because you have so much chrome, and then you almost have like a matte or satin black. I don't know, just kind of a nice contrast.
They clash on my eyes. I don't agree with anything you
These
say.
bases, though, I will say, I really liked them when they were first announced for like the Flash figures and stuff. But then seeing with people having them in hand, like they're super lightweight, they're like hollow, they're cheap. They look great, but I don't know. Like I guess I'm a little let down where I thought they'd be a little bit more premium, but can't deny that they have some cool eye appeal.
Yeah. I thought the same thing. The base is so light. Like I was thinking, oh, it's gonna have some like metal parts. It's gonna be a little heftier.
Yeah.
That thing is like a frisbee. For real, it's light. It's very. I was surprised by like the plastic, how light the plastic was. On the Mark II, I thought that one with how like you open that thing up and it is like it's this but silver, and then you go to the base and you're like, holy shit, this thing is like so light. Thought it was gonna be heavy, but it's still really nice.
Well,
But
listen. I mean,
this is a no-po for me.
No.
well, listen. I will tell you what, though. There'll be another one of this Mark III. There will be, and it's actually some folks may want. You guys have ever heard of the Iron Man stealth suit?
Yeah.
So it's based off the Mark III body, and that was a very desirable, actually very expensive one on the aftermarket for many years. I don't know what it goes for now, but it's
They're gonna do it.
very rare. It's a very rare figure to find out for sale. They're gonna make this one 1,000%. It's gonna happen. So, yeah, we're not done with the Mark III. They got a couple more to do.
Well, this was smart too. Like Queso Blanco said, it's smart that they made this an exclusive because if they didn't, this would sit for a while. I think the Midas sat for a long time, did it not?
Yeah, it got
Definitely.
discounted and everything too.
That's right. Yeah. So.
I feel like now they're just like making these exclusive. All the Iron Man variants are all exclusive. They're all limited. Like the one, what's the one that's sitting? The Avengers Campus one that's still on the
Yes.
Disney store.
Mhm.
Still sitting on the Disney store. Like everything is limited now. That's a variant Iron Man.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense though because quite honestly, they're
Yeah.
using that
Oh,
money
it makes
for
sense
the
for sure.
projects. They're funding the projects with this stuff for sure.
It's a
'Cause
good limited
easy
thing.
slap some paint on and you're good to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
This
I
looks sick.
definitely
I'm
like
not
it
gonna.
better with the,
Yeah.
the fins all out and
Yeah.
everything.
It does look real. This is a cool looking figure. I mean, they're all really good looking. I feel like Iron Man figures just look good no matter what with variants and whatnot. Like they always look sick. I feel like for the most part, but just yeah, it's got to that OG Mark III, man. It's hard to beat. Just having the
It's true.
movie
Mhm.
version, you
Yeah.
know.
Me, I'm good with just give me the movie ones. I'm
Yep.
good. All these other ones,
Yeah.
probably for somebody else.
Need D100. This is the only one. That's variant.
You really do.
You need it. Gotta have it.
You need it. I mean, your name is D-Low. You need D100. Come on.
You need the DLO 100 Iron Man.
That's a stretch.
Dude, it
That's a
is.
stretch.
You've seen it, man. Come on. You can't deny it.
I know. Like,
It's beautiful.
That thing is that
I-
figure is dope, man.
accept your right to choose, boys.
That figure took me on a damn 1 year journey through.
Oh, we know.
through
know.
some
Every
shit.
time I talk to Steve, you wanna trade this
shoulder
shoulder
piece,
piece?
baby.
Yeah.
$50 in the shoulder piece.
come on. Oh, trying to work a deal for anything you could.
Oh
but
man, that was the saga. in and
Yeah,
of
your
itself.
OCD on figures like trumps anybody.
Hold on. That my shoulder piece was blatantly scratched to shit.
Mm-hmm.
To the
Thor.
point I had to repaint
And
it.
you wore Thor. You want to bring him up?
Spider-Man.
Damaged.
Spider-Man.
Damaged.
The lines aren't, the web lines aren't.
Infinity
matching
War
up.
Thor, I put the clamp on and thought it was fine. Then I took it off like a week later and it dented his suit and found out he had a cracked right shoulder joint. So he couldn't hold Stormbreaker up all the way because
Aw.
it would just be like bzz.
So
Aw.
sad.
It was
What's
sad.
up,
Now
Blue
I got him
Tattoo?
back and now he's fine.
Sweet.
Now I got him
Blue
back and I'm
Tattoo
not putting him in a
joining
flight
us
pose.
tonight.
Yeah.
I blue tattoo.
Hi there.
I have really bad figure OCD. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Just brought him
This
back.
is what it is.
This
man.
was 3,000,
PTSD when
right?
you opened it up for the first time.
3,000 limited to.
3,000, man.
But this will look on the real. This will look sick next to the Mark II, though. If you got the silver and gold ones, that would
I
look
like
pretty
these
badass.
colors
If
here.
you wanted
That's
to,
cool.
play around with the idea of that kind of stuff. Not for me though.
Yeah, not for me either. I'm gonna be out.
Not for me
I
either.
mean, shit. I don't even collect all of the movie
Suits.
accurate suits.
should.
So
You should.
yeah, I mean, fuck. Where do you stop? You know, like Star Wars,
Avengers
Batman, Marvel,
Oh,
miscellaneous. You know,
you
Can't
you
collect
stop
it
at
all.
7, brother. 1 through 7.
yeah.
You got to get 1 through 7.
I don't have any of those.
I know you decided to get the weird silver and red one. Good
I
choice.
love that one.
Weird guy.
I love it.
All right.
All right.
We got
Any
gold
final
out the
thoughts
way.
here, Steven?
Final thoughts?
Yeah, final thoughts on this?
Looks really cool, but easy pass. It is a relief when figures come out and you don't want them.
Yep.
No,
I
for
love
sure.
that. I love that feeling. Like, oh, like these Cayman Riders look really cool. I'm like, oh, these are badass. Don't want them whatsoever. I love
Yeah.
when that happens. You know,
Well, especially when, like you guys have said, you know, now you're dealing with in art, and then you got like third parties
There's
that
so
are doing
much
a really
shit,
good
dude.
job. There's
It's-
just too much. So
it's crazy looking back at my first year collecting versus my second year and how much it changed and how much the vast
Mhm.
amount of figures that have started coming out.
come to pop.
It's crazy how much the year over year difference of how much stuff is coming out. It's like seems like
Yeah.
there was a change.
Apology accepted, Steve.
What am I apologizing for?
Exactly. Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, come on,
Absolutely
Jazzy.
We all
That's-
start somewhere.
That's
What do you-
mean. Come on.
Love.
You know, he's getting a couple Star Wars figures.
Hey,
and
he
that's
is.
Yeah,
opening
dude.
the
Yes, he's
gate.
getting in
Seriously.
a couple Star Wars figures.
So you just watch
Thing is-
yourself.
He's going with the rule of two, and that's never gonna stick.
Yeah.
It's all
You're
good.
getting Maul and a Vader, I believe, right?
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, that's how it
And
starts.
he's gonna need a Luke.
Fever.
Then he's gonna need an Obi-Wan to go with those things, and before you know it,
Boom.
buy all those Iron Man you got.
You're like me, you know. Jazzy, is there any Star Wars movies that you like? I'm curious, just or haven't watched them, or what's the backstory? Let us know. All right, and while you're doing that, I wanted to touch upon this as well. We got to get a little bit of DC in here. So this is the Topo BVS sculpt for Batman. This is on 1/6 kit. I believe it is still up for pre-order. They did this one, and then they did the Nightmare version. I'm curious about this because obviously there's a 2.0 from Hot Toys, and I do believe obviously InArt is going to do their BVS version as well. But for people like me that don't feel the need to upgrade, but at the same time you wouldn't mind making your figure look a little bit more up to date, I think this is a good option. So only a couple pictures here from Topo, so I do think that it's going to be released soon. I don't know. What do you guys think? I can't remember the price on this. I think it was like $50 or $60, but I think for the price you can't really go wrong. I mean, yes,
Look it
there's
up.
more superior head sculpts out there, but you're going to be paying roughly like 3-4 times the price. So it kind of
Look
goes
it
in
up right
line with the Jackson Batman Begins sculpt. There's better ones out there, but again, for the price, like, man, it can really transform your figure. And as good as that figure still looks, I do think it is starting to show its age just a little bit. So I think this is a welcome addition.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think likeness wise for the price. I think it was under $100. So at least I know that. But price wise, this is a damn good sculpt, to be honest with you. Far better than the stock one that came with the Hot Toys one. And again, kind of if you put it in perspective, for this compared to something where you go out there and you go to a sculptor and get it painted and all that stuff, it's gonna set you back $350. That's the going rate for something like that. So to get something like that for under $100, this will breathe a lot of life back into your Batman figure. Or arguably, if you're in the market for that 2.0, which I am not 100% sold on that head sculpt, by the way.
Same.
If this thing can fit on there, that might just make your new one look even better. So yeah, to quickly touch on this here, I think this is a pretty good work. All things considered, price and paint applications and all. I think this is a nice addition for somebody.
I'm really looking forward to the Nightmare one too, because like I guess I see myself less likely to upgrade that one than the normal BVS one, and maybe because I think it's less likely to be made again. But maybe I have the Topo coat, and I don't know. I feel like that one.
Nightmare?
Yeah, that one looks really good as is, but I think the head sculpt will really kind of put it over the top.
You've seen mine, right? You've seen my custom one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's the Zao.
This is that one, yeah.
That thing is
I mean, and that's
weak, man.
Obviously that's probably going to be superior, but you're looking at like
dope.
$350 on the secondary market, so
yeah. It's not cheap stuff. It's not cheap stuff, but yeah, this right here, like I said, great upgrade. The Nightmare one, do you know if they're going to be doing the whole cowl like this one, or is it going to be like a kind of a cut circular?
It's same thing.
Same thing. See, that's where
it's basically
like,
just
honestly,
putting like a brownish sandy color.
Guys, in that case, you're taking from me regarding that particular one. The Nightmare one may not be as good as the standard one, simply because with the layers from the scarf and the trench coat, it's gonna not sit flush on your figure here. So that was one thing that drew my attention to get that custom head sculpt they were talking about, is because the one that I got, it's more cut circular, like a neckline, like a t-shirt, kind of like my neck right here.
Yeah.
So the scarf hides it, but more importantly, the jacket fits better on it as well too. So if that changes your mind on that one there, if you're thinking about the Nightmare one, I may hold off on that one, quite honestly. But this one, fantastic work.
Steve, in general, how do you feel about this BVS line still being kind of relevant? Like, are you kind of over it because we're kind of moving on with the DC stuff? I know you have the Superman from InArt, so like, are you in play for BVS Batman, whether it's InArt, Hot Toys 2.0? Where are you kind of at?
Yeah, that is great question, Graham. Great question. I have always been Batman, other than 22 Batman, I have been like in a position where I'm just like waiting for the Batman to get. So like I haven't gotten a BVS Batman because like I almost bought it. Then they announced a 2.0. And then now we know InArt is doing it. I personally really want to see what InArt does with this. I think like that. Yeah, I honestly might just wait for that. I really might just wait. I don't think I'm going to go get the Hot Toys one and then put this cowl on it. Your situation where you're like, oh, I'm good with the one that I have. And wasn't that your first figure? Right?
Yeah, it was my first ever.
Yeah. So I think like, if you're like, I'm good with the one I have, I'm going to pop this on there and then it's going to be good. I think that's a good way to do it. I don't have a BVS Batman. I'm just playing the waiting game. This is the same with like the Dark Knight Batman. I have not gotten one. The Armory is going to be my first Bale Batman because I've just been waiting, because it was like when I started collecting him and I started getting into Batman, it was like, okay, this was announced shortly thereafter when I started, changing what I was collecting. So I'm kind of like in limbo. I want this though. I do want a BVS Batman. I actually really enjoyed like his version of Batman and BVS and Justice League and all that stuff. So, yeah, with Superman, definitely want to get this at some point. I do have Nightmare Batman with that Topo coat. So I actually, Tilo said, don't get the sand one. I pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered the Topo sand one, but I didn't know what you just said. You know what I mean? I was like a Batman rookie. So I did pre-order that one. Dude, ultimately though, I've always been drawn to the Nightmare Batman. I just think it's so like, cool. Regardless of how little it was in the movie, I just love the concept. And it's funny. I message my friend Mike all the time about, like, I've asked him multiple times. We were talking about this today about, like the Zao head sculpt. The Zao head sculpt is so good, dude. And
I
then
saw some on eBay recently.
And then
for sale,
InArt's
and I was
doing
like,
it.
"Fuck."
Yeah. And then InArt is doing it. Like InArt's doing a Nightmare Batman. So, and InArt's just been like, I've been really happy with the InArt stuff I've been getting.
Yeah.
So seeing what they're gonna do with it.
Boy.
Oh, dude. That's just
pretty cool.
That's so good, man.
You see how like the scarf is like so much closer to his neck?
Yeah.
Because there's, like I was saying before, like there's no extra
I see
part
what
of
you're
towel
saying.
there. See that? So
that's
the
gonna
coat
be there.
is gonna rest. And I went like the one thing that annoyed me with the original one is like
Yeah.
the cowl sticks in through here, so it lifts the coat up and it bunches. It looks off. It looks like he's
Is
wearing
that
shoulder.
Topo coat?
Yeah.
Yes, it is the
Gotcha.
Topo coat there. You see that? That was worth
That's
everything.
that looks really good.
That's
That
worth
looks really good.
everything.
And Batman, dude, like, I hate to say it, but I've like started getting into like kind of like the custom rabbit hole with things. And that was something I did not want to do. But once you start learning about it and like you see that, like what DLO showed, and then Batman is like unique because we're more so getting 2.0s. There's not a ton of Batman figures. So then I'm drawn to like, well, like what's the best version of that I can get?
Right.
Like what's the one that's going to look the absolute best? Because once you hit that, then you're like, okay, now I don't have to get another. I don't have to worry about getting another one. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
especially when it comes to cowls, you know, like deal with like the Begins cowl. Like once you get that, it's kind of like, okay, you're set with Batman Begins. You
You're
know
good.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm kind of like exploring that a little bit right now, trying to be careful, but it's a slippery slope. So
Batman's dangerous because there's so
Batman's
many
dangerous, dude.
aftermarket upgrades you can do on
Yeah.
a Batman figure that you can't do on a lot of figures. And
Yeah.
you know, these guys who do it are fans of Batman like you are. So they put in a lot of work. They do a lot of research. They get it just right. And these are, you know, for the most part, very rare. There's only maybe that's a limited amount that they're going to make. And then if it's gone, they fetch a lot of money on the aftermarket because someone else wants to recreate what you just created as well too. So it's an interesting thing when you go down the custom hole because it is very expensive. And you need to know, like, when you go into custom, you never get what you put out. So if you ever change your mind, you got to be super sure before you do it because there's not a market for what you paid when you get that done. So something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No, and I think I'm good with
that.
I've accepted it.
It's
I'm
scary,
good with
man.
the Batman that I have, but I
Yeah.
do think when InArt comes out, it might change my mind. So I'm
It's kinda
probably
like,
skipping on Hot Toys and then waiting to see what InArt does as well.
Those cowls, man, when they get them right, like it can just change the look of the
Mhm.
figure. And then it's like, well, okay, you can get, you know, maybe one Bale Batman, or like you can get a cowl for each suit. And that's a lot cheaper than if you were to go customize like every single Luke Skywalker you have in your collection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Batmans are just less. So like then it just makes you want the perfect version of it. So it's fun, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. This is not something that I'm going to like this one, not something that I'm going to get right now, but I can appreciate like $76 if you want a cowl that looks considerably better than what the Hot Toys offering is. And you want to like elevate your figure in that way. This is a really good option to do it, especially if you're like, this to me isn't all that far off from like, I'm good with this versus a really high end custom. Then I totally get why you would do that for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks good, man. I hope it ships.
Topo's doing cool
soon.
stuff.
On that note, wait for InArt.
Topo's really doing really good stuff.
Wait
What's
for
that, Dilo?
InArt. My advice to everybody is wait for InArt. And I'm not saying it's because it's going to be the better one, but
Let's just say, so we haven't even seen a prototype yet, right? So what are we looking at? 2-3 years yet before you get that in hand?
So I did hear too, like InArt, when they showed those photos at that event, it was like a specific type of event where they were not allowed to show the figure. They had to show just like they have the prototype made of the figure, but they could not show it. They had to just show like the
Because they've
mock-up.
just shown so many other protos.
I think they have the protos.
beforehand.
They just haven't shown them.
They do.
And I think they talked about that coming this year. like I thought they talked about the Batman ones being at least shown.
I still
and
think if
hopefully
you
up for
have the
pre-order.
1.0 Hot Toys, this is still worth it, even if you're considering.
Oh, for
art.
sure.
Well, where I was
Yeah.
going with that is like I think with Batman specifically, with two companies doing it, you kind of have your pick of whatever one. Because
Mhm.
I think if you miss out on the Hot Toys one, someone's gonna see that in our one and say, "I want that one," and they'll sell the 2.0, right? Or the other way around. I thought I was gonna like that NR more. I'm gonna sell it so I can get the Hot Toys. So I mean, they're gonna cancel each other out. So there's no absolute need to have to pick up and pre-order either one. There's gonna be plenty out there. Look at the Batman, for example. I mean, you can see those on the aftermarket for both companies pretty regularly nowadays, and they're not going for much more than what the retail is of any of them, of either of them went for. So you can kind of play the waiting game safer with something like that, as opposed to like a Paul Atreides or something that's a one-off that
Yeah.
no one else is
point.
making but this one company, right? So, yeah, I'd say for Batman, both companies are going to make plenty, and there's going to be plenty to go around when you're ready to decide which one's going to be the better fit for you. Just is my 2 cents.
DLO, you remember when a few years ago there was that custom bunker diorama
Yeah,
That-
sure.
was
I want that.
being sold for that night,
Mhm,
the
with the
nightmare?
barbed
Like, can you
wire
imagine
and
if
the-
InArt does
yeah.
something like that too for like a? I mean, they're kind of doing
Diorama
more
piece?
simplistic stuff, but like, yeah,
Mhm.
could you imagine?
That would be dope.
Yep.
And I've
that'd be
seen
sick.
that bunker a couple times on like eBay, and I've passed each time.
Oh,
It's
I
like
want it.
almost 300 for the base just itself, but
Yeah.
man, that would be sick to have. So
That's the next level, though.
So cool, dude.
Yeah.
I just love that moment in the movie. This is my favorite live action Batman.
Yeah.
Maybe not Bruce Wayne, but like I just love how the outfit looks, like how beastly he was and how he portrayed him as Batman. So while the movie might not have gotten rave reviews, I enjoyed it, and I really actually loved every scene with Batman in it. So cool.
Good stuff.
Oh, what else we got here?
Oh, well.
Speaking of teases, we started the show with a tease. Don't worry, we're going to talk about Darth Maul next. But I want to take a pit stop and talk about this tease here because it isn't DC, Marvel, or Star Wars. So I think it definitely needs to be talked about here. And while I'm not the biggest 007 fan, I think this is pretty cool. So I kind of want to pick your guys' brains here and see, what does this mean? Are we doing a bunch of different James Bonds? Are we going to maybe just do one? Because this is like a miscellaneous IP. So like, do they go super deep into this? Or is this going to be like, hey, we're going to give you a Bond, but which one will it be? And, we're only going to do one. I don't know. Curious what you guys think. So, yeah, go ahead. I don't know if I'm going to I'm going to probably pause this because it's probably going to give somebody a seizure out there, but there we go. 007. What are your thoughts? What kind of, is this a line? Is this a figure? Obviously it's just a tease, but what do you think?
Dude, this is everything, man.
Everything.
You know what I mean? This is
Everything.
This is why I collect stuff
Hey.
like this. Like this right here, you're talking about not just my generation, my father's generation, my grandfather's generation. I mean, we all have our favorite Bond, and Bond is timeless. So, I mean, Hot Toys acquiring a license like this, which is honestly one of the few licenses that I think everybody's been surprised a major company hasn't acquired yet. In fact, I'm going to send you a link. There is a company that makes official licensed James Bond figures, and see for yourself what the quality looks like of that figure there.
Mhm.
But yeah, this is exciting news. This is exciting. This is something for specific Hot Toys that's super rare. They don't acquire very, very many new IPs, but it seems like they're making a conscientious effort to do that. I'm thinking of, as far as Alien Romulus going that tech. I know it's still Alien, but it's a new Alien Romulus movie.
Right.
You have the Predator from Prey. You've got the Arcane as well, Kamen Riders, One Piece. I mean, if you start looking back at the last maybe 24 months, there's been a lot of movement to get more IPs with them. We just don't talk about it much because we're always so focused on the Marvel, the DC, and Star Wars. But low key, they've been going deeper into their catalog and getting more exciting IPs. And I honestly, I think of all the IPs that they can possibly get that has not been tapped by anybody in a very massive way, James Bond is it. Like that's the golden ticket of IPs that no one is messing around with right now. Because Inter's got some great stuff. I'm really excited to see what Game of Thrones looks like. Graham, I'm excited with you on that one there. As far as the Walking Dead 3.0, this is gonna be an upgrade with them. But Hot Toys needs James Bond. They need something like this to counter some of the great work that Caustic Classic and all these other companies are really coming to the table with and really knocking out the park. James Bond, Connery, Moore, Dalton, Brosnan, Craig, there's something for everybody. And there's iconic villains in there as well too. There's so much potential if they don't give you everything at once that I promise you, collectors will come out in droves. The older collectors as well too will come out in droves and pick up something from this here if they're going to make that person's Bond. Because everybody's got a different one. Some have 2, some have 3, but everybody's going to have a different Bond that they're going to want. And if they do it right, watch out, because Bond might be a huge success for Hot Toys if they play their cards right.
All right. Really quick, after your little spiel there, Andreas with a $5 super chat says, "My opinion, DLO has some of the best takes, tips, advice in the collecting community.
Appreciate
Good stuff."
That.
Well,
Appreciate
Steve, I guess
bro.
we know who his favorite Wolfpack member is.
I'll take my 5 in
You
cash
honor me with
after
you
the show,
honor
man.
him with
Thank
your
you
gesture.
for giving me the $5 super chat, Andreas. I do appreciate that. DLO, he works for free, so I appreciate that too.
You honor me with your gesture.
I guess we know who his favorite Wolfpack
Andreas
member
is a cool dude, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you very much. I appreciate that, Andres.
Andreas is awesome.
Yeah, something I noticed before, Steve, you kind of give your 2 cents here too, but something that I noticed when this was teased was, just a lot of people were super excited about this, like more than I thought would be. And yeah, like you said, everybody kind of has their Bond that they kind of enjoy. So how upset though, DLO, will you be if this is like a one and done? They just give you a James Bond and then that's it.
No way.
No,
Hot
I
Toys,
know.
if they wouldn't do it,
No, I
because Hot
know.
Toys
Dude,
wouldn't.
Hot Toys,
not
man,
the-
you
they
never
wouldn't
know.
do it. This is Hot Toys we're talking about, dude. They're going to make their money back, so they're going to pump out figures. But I want them to do cool stuff, though, man. I want them to do stuff like Dr. No, Goldfinger. There's so many.
Doctor No.
No.
006. There's so many. The Sheep.
Poor SV. I know I'm waiting too. I have no
Doctor
skin in the game when it comes to Bond, so I'm waiting too, man.
No, dude. I don't know why Doctor No. You know the scene when they're in like the mud bath, like what is it, the mud bath thing? And the dude, you know what I'm talking about? And the dude like drowns in the mud bath.
Oh yeah.
And he's like,
Cairo, dude.
Oh
It's
man,
classic.
So it's
It's
weird.
classic.
I just remember some weird things from some random James Bond movies.
I think I've only
Doctor
seen like
No.
2
It's
of
a
them.
oh my god, dude. Fucking A.
It was never that big in the
Dude.
household, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many movies too. Like, there's so
Yeah.
many different Bond movies. This is like DLO said,
I've
like
seen
this
all the
license
Austin
is
Powers.
this license is everything. Like, if this gives them the rights to the like from when this started, like you're talking like 50 plus years of James Bond, and yeah, like everybody has their favorite Bond. You know what I mean? The one that to me is probably the most nostalgic is Pierce Brosnan from like the N64 GoldenEye 007.
Yeah.
There you
right?
go, buddy.
Played
Hell
the hell
yeah.
out of that
like
game.
that-
if that-
Man party,
everybody,
motherfucker.
everybody,
Sorry.
like, so you have
Stop
looking at my screen.
dude. Yeah, man. Like, remember, split screen, freaking split screen
Dude,
multiplayer,
the
freaking
controls
odd.
suck now too. If you
You can
play
put
it
on that
like
big
now.
head cheat and run around with Odd Job,
Hell
throwing that
yeah.
damn hat at everybody.
Golden gun, baby.
You remember
Yep.
the intro too
One
with the
shot kill.
terrible graphics, but then he's like
Yep,
this.
golden
And it's
gun.
like the
Yep.
pixelated square body. And
Oh, dude, I vividly remember that game. But like, it's shit like that is gonna like get people. Sean Connery, come on, man. Like, you're gonna get some. I know a lot of people like Daniel Craig as well. Like, I don't see why they don't just go down the line and do every single version of James Bond. Are they villain wise? That's going to be, I feel like that's the interesting unknown for me. I think it's really easy to do Bond because that's where they're going to make their money. They're going to make their money doing all the main James Bond characters. That's going to be a huge, like, look at all the stuff. I see it on a regular basis, like on Instagram or 16kit. There's always some type of James Bond thing that pops up. Like, oh, here's a suit that he wore. Here's an outfit. Here's some type of customization thing that you can do if you want to build out the figure. So it's going to, it's going to be, it's going to be a big thing for them. And I think the main Bond characters from every era is going to be, I think the main thing. This is also interesting because now that they have the license, we know, like, there's a lot of rumors circulating right now about who's going to be the next James Bond. Well, once that hits, then they have the license for that. Then they can do that too. So, like, I think this also gives them, like, future ability as well when it comes to this. So this is like a big IP pickup and a smart one, I feel like, for Hot Toys as well to do, because a lot of people are going to be hyped about this one, myself included. It'd be very interesting to see what they do with this outside of just the main James Bond figures. Yeah, dude.
Well said. We got a $4.99 super chat from Valkyrie Magnus. I love all the Bonds, so this is scary because the carousel might buy them all. Yeah, I mean, I hear you. Appreciate the super chat, man. $4.99. Very generous review, but unfortunately, I got to get to another one. And it's OG fan kind of throwing me under the bus here.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, right.
Thank you for the super
appreciate
chat.
You guys.
So no movie theater and no TV in the house growing up. Okay. If you guys talk, like, if you know me, like, I speak in movie quotes. That's kind of what I do. So, like, this show tonight has really just, like, hit just like the cracks of the movies that I haven't seen. Like, the very few that I haven't seen, it's been highlighted here tonight. So, I grew up on movies, but
can I just say one more thing about Bond real quick?
I had a VCR, actually.
Just want to say one more thing about Bond because I know
for the
this
super chat.
They need to make an Aston Martin.
Oh, dude.
They need an Aston Martin.
That'd be wild.
I would buy a 1.6 Aston Martin in a heartbeat.
Dude, that could happen. I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm. What's Bond without his car, man?
Dude. That's a safe bet.
Without a car, what is Bond, dude? He has to have one. That would be badass.
I wonder what Aston Martin would they allow that?
They have to get the licensing rights for that. Like, you can't get
that
around
would be
that.
a pretty penny.
Even if you make it look exactly like Aston Martin, but don't call it Aston Martin, they're still going to come sue your ass for that.
Yeah.
So
that would be dope, dude. That would be really cool.
Yeah. Like, nice try, guys.
Ooh, Austin says Jazz Inc.'s looking into the Aston Martin.
I don't even want to know what the license. I don't even want to know what the license cost for that is.
Okay, time out. So listen, I didn't get a metal receipt like the rest of these guys did, but if they do an Aston Martin,
metal receipt,
they do an Aston Martin with a Killer James Bond, I might buy that. I might buy.
That shit would be wild, man.
Yeah.
Right? With all the gadgets that come out, oh my gosh, sick.
Oh, Jazzy. Let's see here. Brad says, I've seen every single Bond movie so many times.
Yeah.
Off the Wall says, going back to the N64 games, split screen on a 27-inch TV. If I remember correctly, it was usually an RCA TV. And yeah, you'd have 4 people playing that. That was a lot of fun.
Did you guys ever do... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it was one of the first, like, multiplayer games that you'd play with 4 players.
Oh, it was revolutionary, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
It was amazing.
But go ahead, Steve.
I was just gonna say, did you guys do like the big head cheat where you like have a giant head?
Yeah,
okay. It's so
we
good,
got Hot
man.
Toys Hotline joining us as well. He says the name's Bond, James Bond. Let's see. Yeah, Jazz Inc. looking into it.
I can hear the sound of the. I can hear the sound of the guns and like the reload from that game, and it's like
yeah, right. You remember the Karate Chop too? They used to do.
Yep. Yep. They're supposed to be making a new. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's talking about games. They're supposed to be making like a new 007 game too. That's gonna be coming out. So
we need one, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, these boys are super excited for this tease. Be interesting to see how far in the line they go. If they do all the bonds, if they do villains as well. DLO wants a vehicle, so we'll see about that as well. But let's move over to what I've been waiting for. I think Steve's been waiting for as well. Maybe even
I've been
DLO,
waiting.
actually.
I've been waiting.
Yeah, we all been
Everybody's waiting for this one.
This is a big one. This was out of left field for me. I was shocked when I woke up one morning and I saw that this had been released. And I know it's a 2.0 basically, but still, from announcement to release, basically exactly 9 months, which is awesome. I mean, I'd love if more figures were hitting that timeline, but in my personal experience, I haven't even, like I told you guys, I haven't even started my payments yet for Sideshow, which is crazy because that's how quick this thing has been released. So let's take a look at some of these photos of the final finish here. I want to know what you guys think. If it turned out just as good, better. If you're getting multiples, this looks pretty cool.
That robe, dude.
The one thing that always bothered me about the Hot Toys version was the fat, chunky, round face. It's got to be elongated. It didn't look exactly like Ray Park. I think this looks a lot better.
Yeah, and the paint wasn't right.
Wasn't it sculpted?
The red color was off.
And wasn't it like sculpted in? It wasn't painted on. It was like sculpted in, right?
I don't know.
There was like lines, edges.
Yeah, but I mean,
in
it
the
was
markings.
The red
I
was
think
still
you
off.
still
That
have
was
to
a
paint
crimson dark red.
Right.
Yeah, it
Instead
was
of
too
this-
dark.
Very dark. Very dark.
I love this head sculpt here. This looks amazing.
Graham, what do you
to
think of
me.
this? Why don't you go first?
Yeah, it
There you
looks
go.
amazing. I'm super excited to get this. I always actually wanted the Sideshow version, and that was going for too much money because I thought that was the superior look to the Hot Toys one. I wanted the Hot Toys one because I wanted to have a Darth Maul in the collection, but I was never just sold on the likeness, and I think this is just night and day better. I think even, and maybe with the collar, I think he suffered from like no neck, like he just looks stumpy a little bit. So hopefully, I don't know if that can be fixed, but you know, I think they're redoing the body on this as well. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, it's a new body.
So hopefully a lot of the proportions are
they
are
updated the
fixed.
body on it. It's different. Yeah.
But still not split boot though, right?
I don't know if they did split cut.
I don't think it's split cut. That
I know
was
they
my
re-
biggest peeve about mine.
I know they redid the body, like they upgraded the upper body. I know for sure. Yeah, the boots look the same. Yeah, they did some stuff with the proportions. I forget exactly what it was, but
Man.
Yeah, same boots.
So
Same
I think
boots.
a lot of people were
Bastards.
thinking they could keep their DX 16 or 17. Is that it? Those
Yeah.
are the two.
Yeah.
And they could just take the second head and put it on that one, but now it's a different technology. Do you guys? Is that still going to be something that
Bastards.
you can kind of finagle on there, or
Oh yeah,
Is that
there's
not
a will,
gonna
there's a way.
yeah. Yeah, I saw I was actually, you guys know like 16 Lovers on Instagram.
Yes.
I was actually talking to him about, I said like, because I think I sent you guys those photos of it on like the Clone Wars body.
Oh yeah, sure.
So he's like, you can like kind of put it on there and like force it in a way to go on still, but like it's not going to be it's not a perfect fit.
Sure.
And why they didn't just stick with like, this seems like a situation, why don't you just stick with the magnetic head? You could already access the eyes.
Right.
Like it was a perfect system already. It was nothing. They did not need to change it. I think that's my one gripe with the figure is like, they did not need to change the way that the eyes move. They could have kept it magnetic, same exact access. Doesn't really change much. But they decided to change it, which is kind of a bummer, but I'm sure, like you said, DLO, you could get it to work. There'll be a way to get it to work. It'll sit on there. You just don't get it like perfect. Like it doesn't peg in right, but you could always like tack it in or do something.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a necessity for them to do it, not necessarily for us, because it's inconvenient for us because a lot of us already have this figure, and quite frankly, without you telling me there was a different body, I wouldn't know the difference. I don't think many other collectors would have figured that out until they had it in hand. I think the plan for a lot of folks were to like see if they can get parts of this loose, just get the head sculpt, right? And I think Hot Toys in their infinite wisdom said, no, we want you to buy the new one, so we're going to change the system to it there, so you have to buy this one. which F you for that. But I mean, as far as 9 months, it doesn't surprise me we got it this soon because, quite frankly, outside of the head sculpt and maybe some tweaking the body, like you said, Steve, what did they really upgrade? It's essentially the same figure, which is not a bad thing, not a knock. But you have most of the parts already ready to go. You should be giving this figure 9 months, so it makes sense. It makes sense here.
A lot of reuse things.
Yeah. So my gripe here, my only gripe here, because they fixed everything else I ever had a problem with this figure, is that split boots. This, I mean, Darth Maul poses like a mofo. He's a martial artist behind the paint, guys. Like, why? What would it kill you just to redo the boots?
Right, and it almost looks like there could be a split. Like, why couldn't you just work with something here?
Right.
Like,
they've done them on other boots.
you've
done
seen
them
like
on
Captain
plenty.
America. Captain America has that lip. Like, why?
Yeah,
couldn't
they've
you
done them
kinda
on
do
plenty
that?
of other boots. Like
Yeah.
there's that's interesting choice.
Ben Thomas says the hood on this looks terrible. All the photos I've seen so
Let's take
far.
a look at that.
So
Let's
that's that could be concerning because I'm trying to think. Did the last one have a wire in the hood?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay, it did.
Yeah.
that's how I had mine. That's how I had my DX17 pose hood up.
I
before
think with the
sold it.
horns though, it was hard to get it to lay down. It wanted to just raise up.
Yep.
And it looked a little too poofy. So oh, God,
I think
but
that's
like
where
this.
This
like,
is crazy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
come on, man.
That's worth the price of admission right there.
Yeah, and they like for them they kept like the quality of the head sculpt from proto to final. I think that's a big. Granted, it's probably a little bit easier on this with like how the painting is and stuff, but yeah, this is. Yeah, like you said, DLO, worthy. That it's worthy for that alone as far as like the head sculpt goes because it's so good.
Well, I'm curious to see if they updated the body as well too, as far as paint is concerned, right? Because on the original one, the whole body's just black.
Yeah.
Right, underneath the. So I'm wondering if they went, and I'm hoping I'm going to check when somebody does a review. I'm going to see if somebody shows that. I want to see if they actually put the paint on the rest of the body because, quite honestly, I would buy another body and do a body swap on the CW mall.
Yeah,
Get them up to snuff and then use that other head sculpt. Now, that's asking for
Good
a lot,
point.
I know, but I mean, if they did it, I might go the extra mile and grab another one, and so I can do something like that. So,
You boys both got the speeder.
I chickened out.
Oh,
I chickened out. I'm gonna be honest here because I chickened out the first time, and I said to myself I was gonna do it, but then, sold out on Sideshow, and I was like, you know what? Let me not mess around. I went to Ray from Underground. I said, "You got one?" He's like, "Yep." He says, "I got it with or without." And I said, "Let me just get the one without for now. At least I know I have the figure itself." So, but yeah, I'm gonna miss out on it again a second time. So I'm probably gonna hate myself for doing that twice. But space and all that other stuff and cost, other figures, you know the deal.
Well, and it looks nice, but I guess I worry more about usage. Like, am I really going to use it like with space? And is it like Steve did a really good pose with it, but other than that pose and then have him sitting on it, I don't know. Like, you guys know me. Like, I have a hard time posing the Emperor with the throne just because it's a bigger piece. So like, I just kind of wanted just the figure, and I can put him into some poses and just do it that way. But yeah, we'll see. I think Brick got the speeder as well. So 2 of us got without, and then 2 of us got with. But it looks nice, the speeder, and it's gonna be the LED, right? The USB.
Yeah, it's USB now, which is a big.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll turn on with the cases. I feel like that's the one thing is like, do you have to turn it on like kind of like the DeLorean every single time?
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope not.
Did your 1.0? Did it have a switch?
It did. Well, it did. I think it had a little tiny switch, so maybe it should work.
Yeah, it
should
be
work.
fine.
But I don't know
Doesn't have those
because
push buttons.
I don't know because the Dark Side Anakin droid base has a switch and it will not turn on with the cases. It's got a different electrical system in it or something,
Okay.
whatever. But either way, yeah, like I've been yearning for this figure to be back in my collection
Yeah.
since I sold my DX17 in that pose, which I'm like, I'm getting rid of it now because we already know what's going to happen once this comes out. It's going to.
Dude, I have 0 malls now. I'm with you.
Oh,
I'm with you. I
yeah.
sold my Solo and my
Yeah,
TX16.
I don't have a mall in my collection
I don't
right
have
now.
a mall right now.
I'm with you.
I
Yeah.
sold
Yep.
him, I think, shortly after this was announced. So
Yep.
it's been a minute.
So in that pose that I had him in was like that I loved that pose of like him one leg up, like kind of the knee up with him jumping off the speeder with his hood up. This is a figure. I'm pretty sure what I'm gonna end up doing is, like, I got the speeder. I'm gonna put him in the exact same pose in the exact same spot in my case that it was before, because I loved how it looked. But the moment they hopefully the moment they do a Padawan Obi-Wan, I will probably get another Maul. I will probably get another one to display kind of next to them for Duel of the Fates, because you gotta have, like, Maul's just so, like, do you remember when this happened? Like when Maul, we knew like double-bladed lightsaber was a thing, but like, do you remember, this is like just an iconic thing, like Star Wars coming back to theaters. This was the first movie this movie is just really special to me in general. Like, first movie I ever saw in theaters as a Star Wars fan. Like, I grew up mostly watching the OT, but then it was first movie in the theater was Phantom Menace. Like, that was a huge moment. So this character is just like super iconic when it comes to, you know, if you like 1 through 6, if you like prequel Star Wars. And then, like, we already know what happens through Clone Wars and Rebels. Like, his character is just expanded on, and they make it even more amazing. But this is for me, Maul is a potential double, and that's like a rarity in my collection to get a double of a main character. But this is like an instance where I can see myself doing like the speeder right when he's fighting Qui-Gon, right when he's jumping off, and then having him for Duel of the Fates. But we need damn Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is crazy. That's the worst Hot Toy sin.
For sure, dude.
I feel like when you think of Phantom Menace, like the first character you think of is Darth Maul, and that says something because he's in
the
it
menace.
For so little, right?
Yeah,
and you know, he was iconic, and I think everybody hated seeing him go. So obviously they knew they had a boo-boo, and they kind of wrote him back in for some things. But I agree with you. Like, I was thinking the same thing. Like, it's almost a shame that you have to pick between these two head sculpts because they're both so fantastic.
Yep.
And this one could possibly warrant getting two. I don't think I will, just because, again, space and everything. But like, it's like, damn, like, put yourself into a corner when you're like, I gotta pick one of these head sculpts when they both look so damn good. Hot Toys really nailed it this time.
Well, I mean, I appreciate the fact we're getting two head sculpts. I mean, that is a rarity in itself there. So it's a good problem to have, I guess, is where I'm going with that there. But no, Steve, everything you said before, I totally agree. Because I mean, that echoes a lot of us here. I mean, right? We were way too young to see Star Wars when it first came out. Obviously, we'd look a lot different, right? So for all of us here, I mean, kids going to see our very first Star Wars movie live and experience it the way everybody else got to experience before us, that's a big deal. And a lot of it had to do with Darth Maul himself. Huge character, and quite honestly, severely underrated, and quite frankly, the true reason why I gave Clone Wars a shot, because word got out to me, Darth Maul's in Clone Wars. Like, well, I need to check this out here, because last time I checked, he was dead. So what's up with this?
He was dead.
Cut in half.
like really dead.
Yeah, 100%.
One side there, one side there. How? I need to watch the show. But yeah, for me, I've got some exciting plans here, because I've, just like you see, I've been waiting for a different reason. I am going to do a massive kit bash here of my favorite things about Darth Maul, because I do like his Clone Wars look. I really do. But one thing I do not like is his legs, his robot legs in the Clone Wars, just because it's too animated style for my liking, right? So in my head, I've always envisioned when this comes out, I'll use a spare head sculpt on the Clone Wars Darth Maul when I eventually get one. I thought I had one, but that's another story for another day. But what I'll also do with a twist, I bought a spare body of Solo Maul with the mechanical legs from that movie, which I prefer more. I'm going to take those, put it on Clone Wars Maul, and then I'm going to take the DX head, the spare one, and slap it on there and have the ultimate Clone Wars Maul. What do you think about that?
I think that's going to be really awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be real. I might try to actually mimic that when you do it. If it turns
what else?
Out.
Shocker.
But you have to get Savage.
Because you got
to get Savage at that point, dude.
Listen, depending on how good the kit bash comes out, I might just do that.
You got to get Savage press, man.
Yeah. I might have
That's
to
gonna be cool. I'm really curious. I'm curious to see how that turns out. Like, I that's one thing I do want to see is how that turns out, the final product for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've been visiting this for years, and like,
Yeah, I know you've been talking about it for a long
time.
talking about it for a long time.
I mean, I bought this. I think I bought the spare body like almost a year ago. Even I think before the figure was even announced, I had that.
Yeah.
I just didn't have a Clone Wars Maul, but things kind of worked out. The head sculpt is going to look better. It's going to look awesome. Like, yeah, maybe I'll do a video if I get all the pieces in the time there. But we'll see what's up. I might get a CCFL and just go wild and just make.
I was thinking like
Ultimate Maul.
Those double blades, like the Ahsoka, the Maul, they're so damn expensive if you want to get a CCFL. But fuck, like with how good this thing looks, and then can you imagine with the CCFL with the light just shining off of
Yeah.
them, off the face too?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude,
For sure.
the Hot Toys lightsabers have really just like soured on me since like I've been
They
displaying
stink.
more stuff. I like my really the one that I think when I started changing, like I've stopped displaying a lot of figures with their lightsabers, like or their blades being extended
takes away
because
from the finger.
like Return of the Jedi Vader, I just have him holding the saber like he's gonna ignite it. They just look they just fall so flat. And the USB ones, like they're so inconsistent. I just don't love the look of like how the Vader one's really bright, but you turn on another one and it's not very bright. So then I just go back to like, okay, well I'm not gonna use the USB on the saber because they don't look right in the cases. So I would love to light up all my sabers at some point, but that's
if we ever retire,
that's
we'll
a whole nother
collecting
endeavor.
CCFLs.
That's a whole nother endeavor. And I do not want to do CCFLs. That's just like, I just don't like them.
They're also just so darn expensive as well too.
Yeah.
Like, and there's so many Jedis and Sith in your collection, my collection, all like just adding that up there to make that happen is a real expensive undertaking.
Too much.
It's a real expensive undertaking there. But dude, I will tell you right now, man, I mean, the next chapter in my display is going to be light. I've got a couple real simple ones, and it's just like just so you guys know, I've never used the batteries ever of any one of my figures. I've never put them in a single one of my figures just because I was like, nope, don't need it, it's fine. But once I finally got curious to like put light into some of these figures, does it change your opinion on what kind of figure you have in your collection? It elevates it, no doubt.
Yeah.
But having it on batteries that die within 30 seconds of doing it is not ideal. So I've got USB power hooked up into my display cases now with the new tour that I did last year. And I'm finally putting those to use. My C-3PO's lit up. He looks incredible. I got Mysterio looked up, and I never really cared for that figure. He looks incredible now. So the next step is going to be lighting up a lot of these figures. And once that's done, I'm going to bring my attention to these lightsabers because lightsabers need to look a certain kind of way. And I agree. The USB ones are just not cutting for me either because they just, they're just lit at the bottom and the rest
They're
of
not
it just looks
consistent
plastic. It's stupid. Yeah.
Well, and when it comes to the batteries too, not only do they not last very long, but then two, you're manually turning them on and off. Like if you can wire it up and put it all on one switch too, that's like just so easy. Like I have my K2SO, my R2D2, my Han and Carbonite, and then all my CCFL sabers on one switch. So it's just boom, and then they're all on. Like, man, if just imagine though, if you did have the funds to do fusion reactors or CCFLs, and you had like all of your Star Wars figures with their sabers lit up, man, it'd be cool.
Yeah,
because I have 4 right now, but 2 of them are Vader. 2 of them, yeah. 2 sabers are Vader, and then I just have 2 Luke, a blue and a green. But can you imagine like if you had like Ahsoka, Maul, Obi-Wan? Sick.
I just envision that scene from Attack of the Clones when everybody just lights up their sabers at once, and it's just like that's how my case will look if I ever had the money to do something like that, But yeah,
lights it really elevates them. Yeah, 3PO is one that I did too, and it's like, and now like with even Vader, like you can see my Return of the Jedi Vader right here is red chest plate, like the lights. It just really elevates it when you have some of these lights on. So I'm gonna do the same thing this year. Probably get a bunch of these like dummy batteries for for all these like, especially the simple ones. A couple other ones like these clone, like the Clone Commando, Scorch is light, like those ones will light up too. Like you can put those in the helmets.
Yeah.
There's like some cool stuff you can do for that. So
I'm gonna figure out how to get more light into my stuff. But I know I've got a couple more of these batteries that I found on eBay. They seem to be working out okay. I'm gonna have Moonlight lit up real soon.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have K2SO. Nice. But the one I'm most excited about? I'm gonna have my Jawa finally lit up.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Yes.
Finally having I forgot Jawas had eyes. That's how long it's been
Makes
since.
a big difference.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big deal there. But I want to answer a question real quick here. So, Clinton, I had a trade fall through, so I was looking for a CW Maul. I guess I'm still looking for one because the deal didn't work out.
Hey,
But also, Clinton, can you elaborate on this use frosted glass spray method instead? Have you heard of that?
Yeah, somebody posted something on Facebook about like taking a spray that's like a frosted glass spray, and you spray the blade, and then what it does is it kind of makes it so that like the light from the USB saber is like a little bit more. It looks like it's more illuminated.
Really?
Like it makes it so it's a little bit like it's evenly distributed a little bit more, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know where the post is, but maybe Clinton will have it.
That's interesting. That's interesting because that sounds more affordable trip to Home
Oh yeah,
Depot.
there's somebody trying it. Somebody in my Facebook group bought the stuff and is going to try it.
Okay.
Thinking like, Hammer Gods. Somebody's getting, there you go, off the wall. Yeah, off the wall.
Okay.
I remember him saying in the group, in like the Facebook group chat, he was going to try it out. You sand down the saber and frost it. Graham, didn't you do something like this where you use some type of spray?
Yeah, I use fluorescent, like green and reds, so it looked like it was lit up, and then you didn't have to like use batteries at the time because this was before, obviously that we could wire them up. It worked pretty well. I did a video on it years ago, and I did like it, but at the same time, I just don't think anything beats the CCFL. So
I think the toughest part about it, I'm curious to see how this like frost method turns out. The toughest part is getting the consistent light all the way to like the tip of the blade.
That's the problem.
That's really like the main issue. But also like I don't expect Hot Toys to ever do. I don't see them expanding beyond what they're doing. It's always going to be baselit. Them doing some type of like 1/6 neopixel or like some type of LED diodes or whatever all the way through the blade. It's just not gonna.
I mean, if
happen.
they're not really
also
gonna if they're not even gonna like fix capes, where we're always getting like the custom capes. If they don't care enough about that, they're probably not gonna put the money into sabers. So
and also you're talking about a saber that you think about like the quality control nightmare that is. Yeah. Like my saber doesn't work.
Yeah.
My saber doesn't work, and then also like you cannot remove the blade from the hilt. So you have to package everything where the blade is connected to the hilt. That is not going to happen with a wire connected to all that. Hot Toy is never going to do that. It's just baselit's probably what we're going to have. And whether or not they can get the brightness better, maybe, but I don't ever see them doing a full illuminated hilt or a blade because of the type. Like they're going to limit themselves based on the technology.
We're only getting USB because so many countries are started banning those button cell batteries. So if it wasn't for that, we'd still be getting that, and we wouldn't even have these USB sabers to complain about in the first place. So
the Vader one looks good. Like the Kenobi Vader is probably the best one that I have.
Yes, it does. It's the brightest
one. Lights up pretty well. Yeah.
And the weird thing is like it's just that one that's decent. Like every one that came after, like my Obi-Wan from Clone Wars, I mean that one not that great. I don't know, maybe it's just the red pops more, I don't know. Yeah. But like I've been disappointed with every single one that I've had plugged in so far. So I'm looking for options. Let's see how this experiment is. Keep me posted, guys, in the chat. I want to see how this goes.
Yeah.
Really quick too, just looking at this photo of Maul, and I can see what Ben Thomas is talking about when we get to this photo. Like, I don't know if it's just the pose or the futzing with the hood, but this doesn't look the best. Where he's got that peak at the top and kind of that indent there. So, that's I guess slightly concerning, but
this looks like the same exact robe, though. I don't even think it's like a new robe.
It's different. It's different. I thought. Yeah, I thought they redid. I thought they updated his whole like his entire robe. I don't know. I don't know about the hood, but I know like his underclothing, his main clothing is updated.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the one from
teeth.
Hold on, I'm trying to find this one on Instagram.
Those teeth look great though in a nasty kind of way.
See if I can find
It's a funny looking pose, actually. Don't make me pull this speeder over.
Yeah, that was one issue that I had too, was like trying to get the hood, because the horns will catch it every single time. So you have to get the hood to sit, like you just push it straight down and hope it fits. Yeah. And then mold it to how you want it to fit. But
don't hide that face. Don't hide it.
It looks so
Here-
damn good.
Here, I'll
Joe.
send you. I'm gonna send Graham. I'm gonna send you something here so that you
All right.
can.
Can you go
It's-
back to
it's-
that pose real quick here?
This one?
Yes. How is he standing with them damn boots? Look at that.
That Photoshop slam,
No one's
man.
ever gonna get that pose to look
With
like
a little
get out of
finger
here.
in there holding them up.
You know?
And this is a dope pose too. Damn. Just like 1/6 lovers, he really gets the look down with like the robe.
Yeah.
And then he has a really good go to like there's a Clone Wars Maul one. Like I think it's the third picture. See, that looks, look at this, man.
That's
That
great.
is-
That's great shit
that
right
is
there.
what I want right there.
That's money.
Great
That's
shit.
what I want right there. Yeah. I was asking him. He said the fabric is a lot better than like the original one. And the hood is, he told me the hood is like Clone Wars Palpatine quality, which apparently that hood is really good.
Okay, I was gonna say that's a good thing.
Yeah. He said that's a good thing. He said like the hood is really good, much better than Revan and like Clone Wars Palpatine quality, where you can really like actually the white, it's got a good wire in the hood. But yeah, I thought like the underclothing, like this robe right here is different too. I thought that they updated this. This sculpt though, another thing I wanted to say is like, this is like, I can't think of another thing where a company has really captured Ray Park's likeness in a figure or even like a statue. Like this is probably like the best like
Dude,
Ray Park
Sideshow
sculpt
was-
I've seen.
Sideshow
Sideshow
was
did a
good,
really good
dude.
job.
Yeah, Sideshow's
Like,
is good. I think this one's better though.
Well, naturally, 10 years
Yeah.
in a better company for sure.
But Sideshow was really good. I feel like that one was. I feel
That
like
one
that
held
one
up
was
for a while.
that one. But this is like this is like really really good. I don't see really anything with this sculpt that you could really do better. Crazy.
Looks great. I can't wait to
That's
get my
cool.
droid back.
That's a
I miss
cool.
that droid.
That's right.
Do you get the droid with the non-deluxe?
The last one came with it. I hope
Did it?
so. Oh, is the base the same? I never even bothered to
Yeah,
look.
the
Is it still the
base-
diamond
That
base?
same triangular base.
Oh, stays in the box.
I know I have my custom. When I sold my mall, I kept my custom base from Display Heroes, so I have that one waiting
There you go.
to use with this. Man,
That looks good.
Man, this
That's-
makes you want to. This makes you want to get a second one. Because then another thing you could do too is like, people are going to want these head sculpts. These are going to be in demand. Like you could get a second mall and probably sell a head sculpt for and get a decent chunk of your money back.
Yeah.
He looks so good, just like the Duel of the Fates outfit too. You know what I mean? It's just like
It's
that. It's-
phenomenal.
Yeah.
this is just one too, like simple pose. You're just
Mhm.
gonna love looking at it, and it's gonna just demand attention. So you can do
This is
something
where-
wild and dynamic, or have them stand there.
This is one that's. This is like, yeah, if you could get his lightsaber lit up, dude, that would be.
That's the only thing that sucks about models. The double blades take up so much space.
Yeah. I wonder what
So-
it's gonna look like when I wonder what it's gonna look like with the USB on this one. USB saber.
There's your base.
Same base.
$1 million question. But I'm impressed. I mean, I will tell you guys right now, he's disqualified from Figure of the Year talk just because it's just a head sculpt to me. But I'm just gonna put that out there before anybody
I
starts
agree. I think Jack Sparrow's
campaigning for
still-
this.
Yeah,
Good?
Jack Sparrow's the same as DX15 with a few different upgrades.
it's true too.
I wouldn't know because
He
I'm
should
the
be
only
out
one
of-
that hasn't gotten there
Yeah.
yet. Sideshow.
Yeah. Yeah, Jack Sparrow should be out of Figure of the Year too, because DX15 is too similar. Remember when people were like, oh, you look at the photos, they're so close. You're like, what one is which? What one's better?
Oh, you can. I've seen a couple of those videos. You can definitely tell which one is which, man. And I
Nope,
had the 14,
out of the conversation.
No, we'll see, man. I
Yeah,
don't know.
hopefully this. Well, yeah, hopefully it comes soon. But at the same time, hopefully I can make some payments on it. But we'll have to kind of get ahead of the schedule on that one. But yeah, super excited to have this. I actually already have a spot picked out for him too. He's going into my shelf that kind of goes from Bad Batch with a couple Clone Wars into Obi-Wan into Rogue One. So he's going to be centerpiece in the back for I guess prequels.
Now,
believe-
Graham, I know we're getting closer to the end of the show here. I don't know how much we have left over here, but I do want to bring something back since Steve is here, and I always like Steve's choices when we do this part here. Last week, if you watched Wolfpack Wednesday last week, I stated what I thought was going to be the next possible figures to come out, and I said one of them that I said that I hope that I do not miss out, that I absolutely need to have, is Darth Maul, which is now here. So now I know the future. So
There you go.
Steve-O, starting with you, Broski, you weren't here last week for this. Like, what's your most anticipated figure that you cannot miss? Like, it's like a zero, no way am I missing this figure this year that you're just looking forward to coming
Like
in.
one that I already have like potentially pre-ordered too.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's pre-order or not. Just a matter of like, hey, like, this is my top figure that I absolutely need to make sure is in my collection this year. That's going to be released.
Don't let me down, Steve.
What do you mean don't let you down?
Pick the right one.
I mean the easy answer is Artisan Anakin, man. That's like the easy. That's kind of
rubbing into us poor people who never even get a shot at
come
it.
on now.
That's
Yeah.
like the easy
I was on
answer.
vacation.
Jeez. Well, you don't.
I mean, that's what I would go with. But you know what? I was just gonna say what Joe P said. One of like the figures I'm really looking forward to see how it turns out is General Grievous, man. That's been a long
I
time
want to keep
coming.
playing this game over here because I feel like once we get these figures announced and released and stuff like that, we should pick another one. Like, I feel like now that my first big
rolling.
wall, I want to add another one to the list. Like, I want to make sure so that
Also,
sorry.
oh no, go ahead.
No, just want to make sure that figure comes home. So I want to add another one because I mean, obviously, it's not going to end at one for all of us, right? So
Yeah, there's a lot of can't misses. Another can't miss though is Hera. I think Hera's got to be imminent. That figure, she's gonna be. I think probably if that head sculpt hits, she's probably gonna be best Ahsoka line, like overall potential best Ahsoka line figure.
yeah,
Chopper's
She might be.
lonely.
I thought actually no in the chat. I agree, Andres. I thought it was going to be Savage. I thought that's where you're going to go with that. Honestly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean Savage is up there too, but Artisan Anakin is like really hard to go against, man.
Well, yeah, it's limited.
Number
Everybody
one.
wants it. It's going for a fortune. No one knows if it's going to be good or not. So like,
I'm super hyped about Savage though. Like he's top 3 for sure. Of like, yeah, I mean he was my top 3 most wanted of all Star Wars. Like that I was hoping to be announced. You know,
But back
Revan
to
was the
Anakin,
other
though,
one.
If I can just jump back to Anakin for 1 second over here, like that's an artisan figure only release, right? You got Jack Shaw. Did you get Joker artisan or you didn't?
Yeah, I haven't. I just haven't opened it yet.
Gotcha.
Yep,
Well,
I
did
just
you
got
open
it.
up? Did you open up Jack yet, or you actually had a chance to?
Didn't open up Jack yet either.
This
Haven't
man
had
has
time.
2 artisan figures.
I
in
got
his
Jack
house,
and
he can't-
Joker sitting
He
here.
doesn't deserve
haven't
'em.
opened it yet.
He doesn't deserve
The
them.
will that this man has is admirable. I would not have been.
That-
that
that's-
Rick hasn't opened his
explains my
Jack's
life
Grill up
right now.
either, and that's because he's just afraid of it. But
So what I was
I just
going to
haven't had the
ask
time.
you, my point I was going with this question was like having now 2 artisan figures, myself just 1 for now until my Jack finally decides to ship. Sideshow, what the hell? What's your thoughts about having to take care of Anakin? Because Anakin for me, out of all the artisans, feels like there's the highest potential to come out bad as far as hair is concerned. Because
Yeah.
naturally the style he has, and then the process of this whole rooting thing here. Because I'm playing with mine, as you can see here, and I'm taking some risk because I'm not crazy out of the box. But are you concerned at all about how good the Anakin artisan is going to be when it finally comes out? And will you move the eyes if it means you have to touch the hair? Your thoughts?
It depends on how good the eyes are out of the box. If they're good and they're in a good spot, I'll just leave them. I feel like sometimes the eyes are out of the box, they're good, and then the moment I move them, I can't get them back to where they were when they were
Same.
out of the box. It's
Same.
like you can never get them back to exactly the same spot.
Yeah.
But I'm not, honestly, I'm more concerned about them making the head sculpt good. Like
Yes.
that sculpt, the sculpt needs to hit first and foremost. Like
Agreed.
if
Yeah.
they showed Artisan that like Anakin backstage photo, how good it was. Like it could be mistaken for an image in some instances. Like that's how good that prototype was. They cannot miss on the sculpt. If the sculpt is off for me, like I feel like that's more of a concern than dealing with the hair.
So true. Because they missed on episode 2. That episode 2 one looked immaculate. I mean, that was my early runner for Figure of the Year when it came out. Don't get me wrong, I still like it, but it was definitely a downgrade from what we initially saw there. So I guess that's kind of a two-part process. Like you
Yeah.
have a very special Anakin that a lot of people want, and obviously that's I can see your excitement for that there, but it's got Artisan, and then it has the Anakin thing to kind of get over the fact too that the
Yeah.
last one didn't come out so great. So
Yeah.
not to poo-poo in your parade. I'm excited for
Oh, no,
you.
it's fine.
And I wish
I mean,
I hope mine converts, but I'm like,
Hopefully the hair holds. I think that's his hair is a different type of hair. That's going to be the first type where we get one that's like that. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. I don't know. I'm not really too concerned about the hair thing though. It's fine. I mean, it's annoying that you have to futz with it at times. But it's ultimately, I think it's going to be fine as long as they don't personally mess it up with like what we're
Right.
seeing with these random glue jokers and stuff.
right.
Grievous, easy figure. Like they're not really going to mess up Grievous as far as how they make it. Cause he's like,
Yeah.
also Savage, like if he comes out like looking like how they just did Darth Maul, like that's gonna be a banger figure, man. There's a lot of good stuff coming.
All right. Well, now that
Oh, and Han Solo.
damn it, I
Yeah,
was
and
just
Han
gonna
Solo.
say you couldn't wait 10
Sorry.
seconds. So that was gonna
There's
be
so
my
much
new
good shit
figure.
coming out. I'm looking at my list. There's so much.
So since
many crazy
my
figures.
Darth Maul already came out officially, I'm gonna add Han Solo to the list now, and I think he's next. I think we get him this quarter. I think we might even get him by the end of this
Because
month.
what is he? January, June? What's Savage?
Something like that. They all are. They're all January, June-ish. But I think he comes out end of this month. I'm calling it now.
I gotta get a Clone Wars Maul. Damn.
It feels like Han's been on pre-order for a long time.
Savage is
We
October.
only been a year.
Oh, Savage is October to March. He's gonna be a while.
Mm-hmm. Probably end of
He's-
year. I
Yeah,
bet.
he's gonna be a while. Damn. Artisan Anakin's got to be close.
It's gotta
He's gonna be this month. He's
Grant,
already
what about you?
delayed.
What was yours, man? Real quick. I'm sorry.
Honest, yeah,
trying to
Han's
remember.
February to June, so he's coming into his window here. Mine's still Empire Strikes Back Chewie. I want to see the improvements on that Chewbacca, and then also freaking R2D2 or C3PO in pieces on his back. Like that's
It's
gonna
gonna
be that's gonna be really cool. So
Yeah.
because like the Chewie we have is obviously decent, but you know, come on,
Serviceable.
I love that Chewie.
it's
I don't
never
know.
been
serviceable.
amazing.
I'm gonna keep
good,
it.
though.
I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, same.
Me too. I'll keep it in my A New Hope
Yeah.
case, and then because that's
Worth it.
again, that's what 2025 is for me. Is like A New Hope gets his case, and then right now, Empire Strikes Back with Return of the Jedi is in one case, but it's pretty crowded, so they're enough to kind of split off. I want everything in its own case. So
Wasn't Chewbacca darker naturally in New Hope, and then they kind of
yes,
lightened him up? So I feel
Yes.
like aesthetically, it makes sense to make him your New Hope, want to keep him. You know, if you wanted to justify having two.
yeah, I agree. Man, and if you're doing what I know Steve does too, and probably you do too, D'Lo. But like, if you have each movie in each case, then yeah, you keep Chewie and you're good to go.
That's when it's really that's where it's like Star Wars is so nice for that because even when another figure comes out, like you can improvise really easily and move
You can
something
justify
into
it.
another case. Yeah,
Um,
or
you can
justify like,
justify
oh yeah. And
Yeah.
when you go like each movie is its own, just so like Star Wars is just so special for each movie. You know, like the characters, just like the way the characters develop over the course of movies, the events that happen in each movie.
Mm-hmm.
You can justify having all the multiples of different characters,
Yeah.
and you can one that gets 2.0 doesn't, like I was talking about. The prime example of this is if Luke and Han stormtroopers get 2.0'd, I'm gonna immediately convert them into New Hope stormtroopers.
Bingo.
right.
Bingo.
And they're I'm done. I don't have to do anything else like with it. I just pop the helmets on and I'm good. And Luke is actually like the shorter stormtrooper that you would get. So
Yep.
it's like kind of different bodies. So I think that's where Star Wars is just so versatile with that. It's just
Yeah.
makes it a lot easier when 2.0s come out.
Agreed. Because you can never have too many stormtroopers.
Nah, man.
Right? So I was like, who cares?
Never.
So
Never.
and the fact that you get a good point. Luke is shorter, so it's gonna look cool. You
Yeah.
have them together with the
Pop the
helmets
helmet
on.
on.
There you go. I
I
like
think
it.
another one that's underrated is going to be the young Ahsoka. That one's going to look super
I'm
good.
very excited about that one.
So
Yeah.
I do have that one. I did pre-order that with Hawk. So I'll for sure get that
I
one.
still got to order that one.
Yeah.
I ordered that one with your guy Ray at Underground.
Ray.
I went on a spree. I just said one day I was like,
Yeah.
screw it.
Pre-order all the stuff.
I hit him up. I was like, I want this, 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 and this. I have no idea how I'm going to pay you, but I want it.
Chewie
That's a-
is
she's a good-looking
June
figure,
to October or November, I think. So he's a ways out yet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
We're already
Han,
into
Han's
2025.
coming up. Hera's expected ship date March. So yeah, she's imminent. She's got to be getting released here pretty quick.
Oh, July to December looks real scary. Oof. The second half of the year is just
sad.
gonna be oh god.
Well, dude, my strategy
Too
here is
much
I'm
shit.
getting all my sideshow invoices out of the way. Like all these special editions that I was dumb enough to do. I regret nothing. But all those, my artisans, I'm just paying those up front. And I don't like paying sideshow up front for anything because it just feels like it takes forever for me to get my stuff. I'm again, hello, artisan, Jackson, Farrell, waiting still. Only one in the team.
Great figure.
But yeah, we didn't know.
Great figure.
But yeah, man. Like
Nice shipper over here.
I'm taking care of all those invoices, and once I know that's all straightened out, I'm going to town. Like whatever I need, I'm just getting it.
Yeah. Oh man, lots of I didn't think we'd have. I mean, I knew Maul was tonight, but I didn't think we'd have like all the good OT talks. So I enjoyed that. Enjoyed that with you guys.
OT is a go, man.
It is.
No,
Always,
OT is
always.
unbeatable. It just doesn't. There's nothing. It's just always. It'll just always be the go to me for all of movies and everything. Like best trilogy. I could talk about OT literally all day.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Facts. We gotta have a watch party. We gotta have Jazzy check into the OT. It was nice too because I think over the last week, so my girls, like the one thing that they share with me is they love playing the Star Wars Lego game, and Piper and I, we just beat Empire Strikes Back. So we did Hoth. She saw Han get put in the carbonite, and she actually like halfway watched the movie with me too. Then so like I'm like, oh look, this is when they're doing this, and she's like, yeah, and then I was like, yes, anything I can hold on to,
One down, one to go.
Dang, you had her see like had her see Han actually being like put in the carbonite.
Yeah, she watched the whole movie
kinda,
with me. Yeah,
That's kind of scary.
Just explain to her, this is what happens. You go on time out, but in space.
right.
The Ugnaughts
Yeah.
in space.
Alrighty, boys. Well, we are going to call it a night. Hopefully, in the next week we get
OT.
at least even half of the announcements that we got this week. So hopefully Hot Toys keeps it coming, and we'll kind of go from there. But I want to start with Steve. Why don't you fill us in on what's going on with your channel?
What's going on my channel? Let's see, what am I doing? Sunday I do my live show, Sunday Showcase, 8 p.m. Central. You can always catch me over there. Guys, if you haven't, you come join up on my Facebook group as well. I have a group. It's been pretty fun. A lot of people in the chat hanging out. Also, I just announced on, I think it was on, was it last Sunday? Not this previous Sunday, because I lost my voice all weekend, which was fun. But I announced on the prior one that basically if you're a channel member, the top 2 tiers of my channel membership, you get like corresponding store credit quarterly now with Underground Figures. So if you're like the $5 tier, every 3 months you get $5 put into your account. $10 tier, you get $10 put into your account. So a nice channel member perk to kind of just give you guys some free Underground store credit just for being a channel member. So that's pretty cool. I'm doing some other just kind of pop-up streams here and there when I can, but otherwise, yeah, I just have a lot going on. It's just been a crazy time. It's going to be kind of a busy next couple of weeks for me, or few weeks. But yeah, you can check me out on Sunday. Come hang out on the Facebook group.
Very nice, very nice. And of course, DLO the Collector. I know you've been up to no good lately.
What else is new, baby? yeah. I've been swamped doing collector stuff. I'm sorry, I have like dog brain or whatever you want to call that, where I just like, I'm going to do a video for you guys. But before I do, let me play with my doll and comb his hair. So
And God bless you for spending the time with it too, because some people, go to the next one, and you've really spent the time with them.
It's a great figure. It was my figure of the year. It deserved my time and attention. And also, huge Batman fan, as everybody already knows. So I need to make sure it looks just right because it just wasn't sitting with me there. But Santa came early for me over here. So I was telling you guys about a new style video they're going to be putting out here. I'm going to be doing some more tours of stores and stuff like that. I know you guys have been waiting for that. Well, I've got a nifty new tool that just came in. Shout out to Mama the Collector. She got me this early for my birthday. And if you guys don't know what this is a DJ mic set. So now I'm going to be able to record my videos while I'm actually filming, which sounds like a no-brainer. Obviously, you should do it that way. Well, iPhone audio sucks, so I've never do that. I usually do voiceover. So I'll take this thing over here, record whatever I record for you guys, and then mess up a million times trying to get it just right to match the tone of the video. So Daddy decided to upgrade. So I got these bad boys here. I'm going to officially go out this weekend, do a little bit of toy hunting, maybe pick up something. I got some cash, and see if we find anything good out there. But I want you guys to know, like, hey, I live in Florida. These are stores I shop. I would recommend these, and that's the videos I'm going to be putting out to you. So stay tuned. Daddy's ready now. Okay, I'm done. You take it off.
Daddy's ready. Daddy's ready.
He likes
Very nice.
lingering on this
Very
on the
nice.
screen. He likes that. He likes that power.
I haven't really thought about what I'm doing for my next video, but one of the many questions I get, or the most common questions that I get, are how I'm lighting everything up. So maybe I might do a video this week of like my USB hubs and how this whole rat's nest is all lit up and stuff like that. I'm not sure, but that might be something. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's about all I have. I don't have any figures coming in except for Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader, compliments of DLO the Collector. So
Good luck.
You're going to need it. Boy, when you see what I did to that figure for you.
Dilo, you think you're going to keep the artisan Joker?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it.
I just remember like before you were like resistant to artisan. So like, has this changed your mind at all on artisan?
That's
like
me.
you want
No.
more artisan figures?
No, yeah, it's a great question. So I'll be honest, I'm still resistant to it there because, like, to get them right, it's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of work. It's not something I greatly love what sculpted pieces Hot Toys has to offer. That I think, like I said, I was not supposed to get this figure. It came into my lap. I jumped in the opportunity, but I was going to go sculpted. But then when I found one for retail, I was like, I gotta give it a try because it's a Joker. It's my favorite. So, like I said, out the box, you guys have seen him. He's got hair like Fabio and Heath Ledger. If you guys paid attention, he did not look like that at all. So, bless his heart.
Bless him.
Pattern baldness is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen, when you get older. But I mean, look, I'm still working on it. But you cannot tell me. Excuse me, let me get this here. Real quick.
I mean, that looks really good, even blurred.
I'm trying. There you go. So
Oh,
you cannot
Damn.
tell me this does not look better
Oh,
than what you've been seeing online with that Fabio curl. I can't believe it's not butter look everybody's got going. Not your fault. That's Hot Toys' choice.
Not your
But
fault.
I'm not going to let mine go like that. I didn't cut anything. This is all styling, timing, patience.
I wish I could be a
reach.
fly on the wall when he's just sitting there all by himself.
You want to see something funny? I'm going to show you something funny. So
breathing all heavy.
I'm going to show you guys something. Let me put this guy because you know what? It's not sexy having to do this here. It's not a sexy process. I'm going to show you guys something here. Okay, but it's an absolute must tool. It's an absolute must tool. Let me see what. Here it is.
Gloves. Oh, headlamp.
This
Great
is on
tool.
my head while I'm combing this doll's hair.
Oh my gosh.
Headlamps are a must.
Mhm.
Must have.
Yeah, it's a real thing. So I'm using this, and I'm getting all the little details with the tweezer and the little paintbrush. Look, I still,
Oh god.
I still have
Oh,
this
God.
stuff here. That's it.
Yep.
Some mousse where you guys can't see.
The
It's
hair
work.
looks so good when you like. I don't know why Hot Toys made it so like puffy. When you tuck it back more, it just like it really makes it look good.
Dude, again, nothing's been trimmed. It's exactly the way everybody gets theirs. But I've literally taken the time to make it get this far. I'm still not done with it, but it looks way better what I got. But I'm not doing that for every fucking figure. Excuse my French. They better get their shit together. I paid some extra money. You better make sure it looks that way. It don't look like the picture, we're gonna have a problem. But Joker, I'll make the exception. I got that thing.
So
Better.
passive aggressive.
You call that passive? I'm pretty directly aggressive. I
That
will
was kind
knock
of
you out,
that
Howard.
was kind of passively aggressive for you.
Aggressive, DLO.
Right. But yeah. So
Well, that was probably the most entertaining part of the show for me. That was a good laugh, seeing DLO like that. So, alrighty, guys. Well, we're gonna call it a night. Tips from DLO. Now you know how to get a really good look at your figure when you're working up front and close. And
I'm gonna get those glasses with the little magnifier on the front
Hell
of it.
yeah.
Yes.
One of those bad boys.
like Toy Story when he's painting them, he's like,
Mm-hmm. Yep. You get that.
there you go. All right. Well, we will be back next Wednesday for another great show. We had a lot of good stuff to talk about. So hit that like button on your way out. Make sure you're subscribed to my friends' channels if you haven't already. And until next time, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon. Too sweet, boys and girls. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.